All right, and we're live on both platforms. So, welcome everybody to Friend Report Live number 7. I'm your host, the Walrus, and with me tonight I have Marqtosis
Hey there.
for his first appearance on Friend Report Live.
Thanks for having me.
Definitely glad to have you. And returning to the show, we have Johnny Ketamine, aka K-Hole,
Hey, howdy.
and Master Shake.
ELO.
And Air Raid Siren said he would be joining us in a little bit, but he hasn't made it just yet. So, welcome everybody to Friend Report Live. I'm going to have to figure out some kind of theme song for the show so I can play that while everything's going through for the
I like the Jesse Lee Peterson one, the organ one that's like really low quality.
Yeah.
It's just it sounds like it was made in like 95 but like on a tape recorder.
I think MP made
We
a
could do
like a Fren anthem.
what's the song? Entrance of the Gladiators. Is that what it's called?
I think you're thinking about that
is
one
a
by
song.
in Rocky, Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the
Oh.
What are
Tiger.
you thinking of?
I don't- there's
never
some
mind.
Eye
goofy-
of the Tiger.
There's some goofy song called Banana Phone that might be appropriate.
Oh God.
Have you heard that one?
Ding, 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 banana phone.
That's the one.
What is
the
this
one,
fucking
yeah.
like 2002 Newgrounds? It's not 2002 anymore, bud. Go home.
I'm an old man, dude. What do you expect?
I know.
2002 was when everything was great.
Yeah, Newgrounds was the fucking best, dude.
Oh man, Flash is ending. That's one thing. That's
Isn't that depressing as
Flash
hell?
Flash already ended like a couple years ago, dude.
yeah, it ended, but like apparently all browsers default stop on like the 31st of December.
Oh
or some
shit.
It's
Yeah,
a bummer.
I
I
haven't
made a Flash
updated-
video when I was a kid, and I still have it.
Oh.
And I'm
I specifically haven't updated Chrome so
I hope-
that
I
so
hope
that I
they
still have
fucking,
Flash.
yeah.
Because
I hope they fucking archive all that shit so the videos will still play on like websites like that.
Yeah, there's a program out there already now, and apparently it's like 128 gigs, and it's just a collection of all these different Flash games. The ones that they could actually get, I guess some people hold the rights to certain
Oh.
games, or certain games got
Yo.
transferred to certain things, but
if anybody ever
128
comes
gigs of
across
Flash
that,
games.
yeah, that's
I
pretty
would
crazy.
be interested in
I
that.
didn't get the. Let me tweet the.
Well, I just
YouTube
I like being
link
able to
out
go
here.
on to Newgrounds and like watching all the
Nobody
fucking.
has it yet.
I was on there the other day, like looking like I wonder if all the shit I used to beat off to is still on here when I was like a fucking
Oh,
like
God.
middle schooler.
What, like salad
It is still
fingers
there.
and
No, like the shit I beat off to was like those fucking like Teen Titan porn videos, like Raven getting fucked by Deadshot or whatever the fuck his fake name is.
good
It's
God,
fucking
man.
great, dude.
That was
I was
half
like,
of
what the fuck
Newgrounds.
was
Was
wrong
just
with
like 1 minute you're playing like just a regular game, and then it's like, what the fuck? And you're, next thing you know, you're just playing some weird dating sim or some weird fucking Flash game that
meet
makes
and
no
fuck,
sense.
Dude, meet and fuck games are the fucking best, dude.
And you're like, what the fuck is this? Someone took time to animate this and build it together and then post it
Yeah,
online. Now it's less
Yeah, dude.
impressive.
Yeah, without the
Yeah.
Flash games, what I'm gonna do when I'm like really bored, I'll have to play
Yeah.
some other bullshit. Phone
Can we
games, I guess.
can we dedicate 5 minutes of the podcast today to talk about Raven from the original Teen Titans show and how this
No.
new Teen Titans
No,
show?
we
is
cannot.
No,
fucking
no,
No.
That,
No,
good
I'm gonna
putting your
veto
foot down
that
there,
motion.
Walrus.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
veto
good
that
putting your
motion.
foot down on that one, man.
Oh shit!
If my wife was here, she'd totally be up for that conversation. But
Right? We
No,
can talk
yeah,
about the
she-
honkettes if you want to, though.
Who the honkettes?
The Marvettes.
The Marvettes.
Marvettes.
The
Oh, the
Marvettes.
Marvettes. Oh,
I remember. I think they were the Honkettes at one point. Yeah, I know.
Well,
I think
one of
the
them was
Hawk
the
said
Hon-
that he's
was
gonna
Honket.
make art for them.
I think Honket
that'll
was the
be
one
fun.
that started it. We got
Right,
Princess
yeah.
Keck in the D-Live chat already, so.
I don't have D-Lives. I don't have to. I should learn D-Live because it seems like it's what all the cool kids use these days.
Right, and when you inevitably you get banned off of YouTube.
Yeah, it's right around
Gotta
the
go
corner.
somewhere. That's why I'm like, okay, I'll pay the little whatever for the Streamlabs so I can do the multi-streaming easily.
That's what my next thing will be.
Because that way I can go ahead and get the YouTube audience, and then when I get, I mean, I don't know if
they
I've
know where to
actually
move.
gotten any people that I didn't get off of Twitter, but in theory, you can get the YouTube audience and get them to move over to.
Do you use tags? I don't use tags. I'm sure that would. I feel like that would make like it a greater chance of going quicker.
Maybe, but then I don't know if I really want people to be
Right,
able
that's
to find
yeah.
it.
That's kind of that's what was my reasoning as well.
Right, because we'll be on there a lot less.
Trump made hard, like the whole Trump team. Went offensive today. The past like 48 hours, it's just like nonstop from both of his sons. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they were going pretty hard today, so that's cool.
Everybody was actually like everybody that's doing any kind of work in the voter fraud realm, and especially Ron from Code Monkeys. He went off today, man.
Oh yeah,
Some
he did.
Really interesting stuff.
Oh, speaking of YouTube, I forgot. Like just before the show, finally got our 100th subscriber. So after the show, I'll be setting up the custom URL for the channel.
Fuck yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yep, as long as that lasts, which probably won't be very long, but
still, you made it. That's
but I made it.
Yeah, it's
I
like
made
an
it
achievement
in a week.
IRL achievement unlocked.
Yep, in a week. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
I'm hearing a lot of chatter about social media stuff going, like when Trump officially puts out all the voter fraud information, that they're gonna go dark. Yeah, have any of you guys heard that at all?
I've been hearing that. See, I don't know if they're actually. Do you really think they're going to do that? Because
No, I don't. But I've just.
I don't think so either. Because they're going to have to look at like the Trump second term coming into it and what they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Senate definitely not on their favor this time around, and you know.
Those there's a huge profile or high profile resignations the past couple days too. All as soon as I'm trying to find it here. I have it saved somewhere.
Yeah, because there was first Trump fired the one dude. I forget his name, but he was the Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of Defense.
Esper.
Yeah,
Esper.
Esper.
And now our new one is a horse soldier from Vietnam, or not Vietnam. What the fuck, Afghanistan? What the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah,
I was like,
Tata.
Vietnam, holy shit.
Tata, right?
Vietnam. Horse soldiers from Vietnam. Yeah, that's what I meant.
See,
No,
and I
horse
knew-
soldiers from
I always loved Tatas, and now I know why.
Yeah, so the Secretary of Defense, the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence, Secretary of Defense as Chief of Staff, the NSA's General Counsel, the DOE's National Nuclear Security Administration Chief, and the DOJ's Elections Crimes Branch Chief, all resigned within the last 4 days.
Yep.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Like, that's a fucking, that's crazy. And that you think like that's something that people would be like, wow.
And the first one to resign was the guy who should have been, who would have been in charge of election fraud and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that was that first dude.
And I actually saw just before we started the show that somebody pointed out, don't fall for the voter fraud psyop. No. Because it's election fraud, it's not voter fraud. It's a lot more serious than that.
Oh, I thought
call
you
it
meant like
election fraud.
overall, like a blanket statement. Don't believe there's any. That's what you were
Like
talking
a left form of Q. It's like, what the fuck?
about. Like what?
They probably have something like that, a fucking lefty Q.
I can't even imagine what that would look like. I can barely follow Q as it is now.
But it's I couldn't imagine if you didn't follow it from like the beginning. Like I don't know how you would understand. Like I'm just grateful like I've been paying attention from.
See, instead of Q, they
2018.
call it O, and it still has the crossbar in the Q, but that's a feminine crossbar instead of a masculine, so it's O.
Yes,
Oh,
it's a feminine penis. It's a transgender O, sir, you fucking misogynistic homophobe.
I've noticed none of you guys have your oh shit, what are they called? When you put what your gender is in the it was supposed to be like a snarky joke, but I fucked it up because I don't know.
The pronouns?
Pronouns,
You're
that's
asking
the
me
word.
why I don't have my
That's the
fucking
word.
pronouns in my bio?
I used to
Because I'm not a
put,
fucking
yeah, I
fruitcake,
used to,
that's why.
a while back I used to have pronouns that said goy, goyim.
I gotta fucking do that now, goddamn. If you don't mind me stealing that joke.
No, go for it. Go for it. That was
Thank
a
you.
few accounts ago.
Speaking of that, let's talk about this real quick. This is to me I mean, obviously it was expected, but like the ramifications from so many different angles is so confusing. How immediately Netanyahu sent out that tweet congratulating Biden, right?
Yeah.
Now this is after Trump just won, or was nominated for 3 separate Nobel Peace Prizes for getting 3 separate countries to identify or recognize Israel or Jerusalem, whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't care about any of this shit, but I just find it interesting. Like, what are those countries that like just finally like through the United States, through Trump specifically, were like, all right, we're gonna try and do peace. Like, isn't that kind of like spitting in the face of all that hard work Trump just did? Because it's clear to any country, and even Americans that don't know anything, like that are super hardcore left, don't they obviously know that Biden's gonna undo everything Trump did, even the peaceful stuff.
Well, I think that's why he's trying to be like, hey,
Yeah.
God damn.
And then Yahoo like
telling
jumped
me-
right on the Biden's nuts there preemptively.
Right,
So
and
you're
it's
telling
awesome
me
that
you're telling me that Biden is going to put us back in the Iran nuclear deal, give nuclear fuel to Iran, Israel's biggest enemy, all right, and then get rid of these peace deals with the UAE, putting Israel into more danger of annihilation. Well, goddamn, I kind of wish I voted for Biden now. Holy shit. But that joke took way too long. I'm sorry. That was shit. It took way too long to get to the punchline. I
it was
guess.
worth it.
But the
But
problem is, whenever I see Biden, I always see like, what's Kamala really gonna do? Because reality is, I don't believe I can't even see him going past December, for Christ's sake. The guy's he's
And with all
mumbling,
those deepfake videos, who knows if he's even fucking around now? Seriously, dude, like the smiling shit.
I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, that's fucking weird.
There was some weird ones, definitely. That weird curved smile, huh?
Yeah, that's not something that happens naturally. I saw 2 separate ones. Like, one was like a glitch in and out, like a filter turned, like, when you have like a filter on and like it goes right into frame and it works, and then it goes right out of frame and it doesn't work. It looked just like that. And then there was another one that just looked abnormal, like unhuman.
Yeah, like there was that one with the curved like corner of his lips. I had to try it in the mirror just to see if it was even humanly possible. It's not.
Dude,
it's
I did
not
the same.
possible.
Yeah, it's not possible.
It's like it's more strenuous than like for an old man to even do.
Especially like on the fly.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, like, not only that, Trump, they recognized the Golan Heights. So Trump,
Yeah,
what do you
and
think
like
is going to happen next term? Because I know he's going to getting back in office. come hell or high water. But like, come next term, what do you think?
Well,
is
he's
gonna,
never going to
he
leave office would be the correct way to say it. But yeah.
Right. He unfollowed Netanyahu immediately after that shit.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's gonna get interesting.
Really?
I don't even know what to speculate about all of it, but it's.
Don't you just love how international politics is like a fucking junior high fucking...
Yeah, I'm gonna unfollow you on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm unfollowing you right now.
Right
He just
now.
blocked me. What a dick.
I wish he would block him. That'd be awesome. He unfollowed APAC too.
Well, it's like the only thing you could really do to publicly show, like to publicly send a signal to people that without words or without the reliance of the media or third party. You know, like that is an action in your own. You know, to say like, all right, here's the glove is off. I'm gonna slap you in the face with it, pap, like digitally.
Right.
I guess. I don't know.
I can't see your tweets no more. Take that.
Yeah. I don't need to know what you're doing.
I need a drink.
Like he's not going to see him anyway, but yeah. Hey, Rusty, I don't know why. Every time in the YouTube chat, it never shows I have to change it from top chat to live chat for it to show your comments. Like you're shadow banned on YouTube now.
Rusty Shackelford, what a sick name.
It is.
I love
It is.
King
He would
of
say, did you see the comments on the screen there? He's like, Lefty Q be like, straight to gay, trust the steel, Blomf equals 9/11. Oh. Well, yeah. Like Pompeo, when they asked him about it, he was like,
Smooth transition.
yeah, there will be a smooth transition into Trump's second term. Or a second Trump administration.
In second administration, just so like snide and cocky, and then he tries to like.
So just like a Chad too. It was awesome.
Well, and did you see fucking De Blasio's daughter saying that Joe stole the vote? And she like, she looks like she's
really?
Yeah, here I'll send you. I'll
Really?
Send you the link. I'll send you the
God
link.
damn!
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know she would fucking be on Trump's side, kinda. Holy shit!
She's not.
I've noticed a lot of people I've noticed a lot of people
they're
just going.
happy he stole the vote.
Oh wait, hold on. That's
Well,
not the.
I think they just hate Biden too. So like,
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
Well, I've also
Bernie
noticed people
bros.
that aren't even fans of Biden that can see the election fraud, or at least speaking out about it. Like they're actually saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
yeah,
there's some weird consistencies going on."
they're
even
at
though
least
they are
like, hey,
clearly.
this is some bullshit.
Like we want our guy to win, but not like this. This isn't right.
Yes.
That's honorable. I guess it's honorable.
right.
Instead of going out there and dancing in the streets like fucking retards.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
And
Like those videos,
making
like,
lists. Oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna get all you Trump supporters.
or a video I saw last night where it's just like, no, you Trump people can't be nice to me now. It's war. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, all of us have a stake in making sure that this election fraud stuff is really taken seriously, because we are going to be put on list without a doubt. We already are probably in some capacity.
Yeah.
If you voted,
I mean-
actually, if you donated to the campaign, you already are on a list. But like,
I've never not been on a list, so
yeah, I'm pretty sure
But
I'm
who
on
are they
all
going to
of
have
them.
come get us? Who are they going to have come take us away?
that's a good
I don't-
question.
I don't know, but listen, I'm just saying we have a
That's
stake.
always the
They're
age-old question.
at the very
Who are
least,
they going to
they're
hire to take our
publicly saying
guns?
it. Are you going to wait to find out? I would say at the very least, be prepared and be very
Absolutely.
vocal about what's going on.
Well, we
now.
stay prepared. That's the beauty of it, you know.
Yeah, that is true.
We stay prepared. We're always prepared. So yeah, come try to get it, motherfuckers.
I got my Home
Yeah.
Alone trap set up.
Like, oh, you're gonna put us in camps, huh? Who's gonna do that? They're gonna
Yeah.
send. They're gonna
Well,
send
you know,
them.
those Antifa members with their fucking, they've always got like comm block weapons, right? Like they've got like old like Marqtosis pistols, or they've got like an SKS or an AK pattern rifle. Well, I've got an M1 Garand, so I can kill them. I can game end you at 800 yards.
In Minecraft.
You know, long as
In Minecraft.
yeah, in Minecraft with an M1 Garand and
I love that new
160 grain Full Metal Jacket 30-06. And the best you can do is 7.62 by 39 is probably game in me at like 400 yards most. But I doubt you could hit anything past 10 feet. Because, you know, you're a leftist and you probably don't know how to actually shoot. So, you know, you're kind of fucked.
They'll probably send in their big beefy bitches, them big beefy Antifa bitches. We'll have a
Frontline women that are all. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like if you hit them with a Jeep or any kind of modern SUV, you would do so much. You wouldn't be driving away from it.
It'd be like hitting hitting a fucking moose. It would just destroy your fucking car.
right.
Operation Frontline Fatty.
Frontline Fatty, hell yeah.
It'd be like Heather Hager 2.0 up in here.
That's why I'm telling you guys, ARs are not going to work for these people. They're too fucking fat.
Right? You need something with some oomph
You
there.
gotta
you know?
you gotta hit 30-06, 7, 308, shit like that.
Right? Something like that. Something with some power to it.
Yeah.
44
Operation
revolver worked
Frontline
pretty
Fatty.
good.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Some hard cast lead rounds in there so they can penetrate a little more.
Right. Some armor piercing. What do they have? Do they have lard piercing bullets?
Yeah.
Specifically designed to go through the lard, nothing else.
Right. So what's in the news
My
today?
precious lard. No.
Like there was so much in the news today, but we're so like overwhelmed by it. It's just like background noise now, you know.
The vaccine shit.
I guess Tubin officially got fired from the New Yorker today for jerking off during the Zoom call.
Well, that was like 3 weeks ago. How'd it take so long?
I don't know.
Like,
It's
isn't
in
that something
Zero
that you
Heads
immediately
today.
are like, all right, you're done?
Yeah, usually that's like a pretty instantaneous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It depends how they were doing it.
Right.
They had to
thought
like
the
an
camera was
HR.
off.
Brought him in for a meeting. So let's talk about it.
Let's
We're
talk
gonna
about
open an
your-
investigation.
Yeah. You're not fired yet, but you will be.
Yeah.
So, okay, your
First, we gotta have our.
In his
first-
defense-
First, we gotta have our other employees fucking send out articles about why masturbation needs to be normalized.
Exactly.
In his
How it should-
defense,
should be
it
perfectly
wasn't.
fine to jerk
yeah.
off at work.
In his defense, it wasn't No Nut November yet. So.
Oh, there you go. That's the part.
Maybe he was just really trying to get like make it worth it. You know, like get
It was
all out
11:58.
beforehand.
Fucking
Yeah,
October 31st. Shit.
But yeah, Pfizer said
squirt
they're
one
done
more
with
out.
the-
Oh, we had some white pills though. Like Georgia's doing the simultaneous recount, audit, and recanvassing of all their stuff
that's good.
going on. So
Yeah.
Georgia's going to be flipped again soon. Well, actually, they uncalled it anyway, right? So
Mm.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure PA is back to gray.
Yeah, didn't they uncall a few of them until the investigation was over?
yeah, a couple days ago they uncalled PA, Georgia, and Arizona.
I didn't check all of them.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know if it's on all, like across the board, or if it's just select ones. Because some people are still saying Biden is the president-elect.
I've been looking at Real Clear Politics, which aggregates the data, and they still hadn't called. Last time I looked, it was just a few hours ago. They still hadn't called North Carolina. They still hadn't put North Carolina on the map, even though we know that they did it. Let me pull it up here.
How you guys doing? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yo.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Not bad.
It's Air Raid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Oh, not too much. Not too much.
Real Clear still hasn't put up North Carolina either, so still says Trump Pence 217 because they added Alaska finally, and Biden Harris 259, even though Wisconsin and Michigan are in serious doubt. They're even talking about
Yeah.
auditing California, like, you know, like
Imagine if
seriously.
California just flips.
That would be
Oh,
something,
dude.
wouldn't it?
It would be the stupidest
That'd be-
thing for them to do voter fraud in California because it's probably majority vote Democrat anyways. But I could see
You'd
them
be
being so stupid
surprised.
that they would actually do it.
You'd be
That,
surprised.
that would be
like,
amazing. That would be amazing.
Southern California was historically red, and most of California is red, except San Francisco
The
and LA. But those are so fucking big, you know what I mean? But like, all of out of this in Sacramento, but like all of not in the cities is red, and Southern California was red like all through the 80s, 90s, and stuff,
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where Nixon's from. That's where Reagan was from too.
No fucks, Nixon.
No fucks Nixon was from Yorba Linda, California in Orange County.
Revustash
I didn't
Brev
see him as
says
a
hello in the
Californian.
chat.
One of the problems with California is there's so much of the population is urban, and look at the people who go there, right? Like it's we got 35 million out of 39 that are considered urban population.
Yeah.
So they're like, it'd be, I mean, maybe, but I imagine it would never flip. But it would be hilarious if they got caught messing around. That would just be ridiculous.
Yeah, and they just gave it to Trump anyway.
Yeah.
They're
That's
stupid.
There was so much of it. Here you go. It's
They're
yours.
stupid enough. They're stupid enough to do that, right? Like, they always seem to want to overplay their hand, and
They do have a tendency to do that. That's true.
but it's like these 100,000 ballots showing up. Why the? I don't want to give them ideas, but why the hell didn't they have 47,000 ballots? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't they have? Oh, we need 47. We'll do 49 or do 62, and then give this number to Trump, so it always looks kind of legit. Like, it's a good thing they're stupid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I think they wanted to get caught. Now, the people that were actually doing it didn't, but like
They didn't
whoever's-
want to get caught. No,
No,
because
no.
they didn't. They thought they
They're
were
just
safe.
really stupid.
They're pawns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Literal
they're just really
pawns.
stupid and thought, oh, we can do this and get away with it because.
And you
blah,
know
blah.
what? There's a few people that are gonna like that dude that just came out on Veritas that were smart,
Yeah.
and
No.
that's the only way that you're getting out of this. If you're involved, if you're not actively trying to, and you'll turn into a hero overnight,
Yep.
literally.
Yep.
You know, like it's. I really think history will be nice to them.
But here's the thing: like, not only will the right side and the establishment who are trying to make things look legitimate, they're not only are they going to go after the little guys, but the left side is going to absolutely sacrifice them in a heartbeat. Like, they don't give a rat's ass.
Right. And that was my point of saying, like, don't call it voter fraud, call it election fraud, because that's a much bigger thing. And if you
Yeah.
call it voter fraud, that's just the little guys that they're
Yeah.
throwing under the bus, But it's obviously coordinated to be on such a scale. You know what I mean? And that's...
And also to be within a certain margin.
Yeah.
And that's really what's going to fuck them, because they need, especially the big swing states, they did that pause overnight, and it was basically to see how many votes they needed.
Yeah.
That pause was
And-
fucking retarded.
Wisconsin and Michigan were both absurd.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
absurd.
Absolutely absurd.
Like,
And,
I mean,
uh,
what? Go ahead.
Sorry, continue.
I was just gonna say, how in the world can you make people believe that? How do people believe it now?
And Wisconsin had what, like 120% voter turnout overall in the state. Some districts had like 200% voter turnout.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's completely reasonable because they had on-site registering, so that makes complete sense, even though it's never happened ever.
No, I'm saying,
Anywhere else.
yeah, but they had more people vote than they had
Yeah.
like eligible
Yeah, well,
voters in the state.
This is the thing.
Not
like-
even registered, eligible, like of age.
Oh,
and-
even eligible. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Well, just the stop count the night of the election, where it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. They're just like, you know what, we're done counting for now.
Yeah.
And then they continued in the morning. We were getting drunk at my friend's house, just counting all the states, turning all red, and then all of a sudden 3 o'clock, it's just like stop.
Yeah.
We live streamed for 5 hours that night, and it was the same thing. It was just like, you were following it. Nothing made sense. And then even when we stopped, Fox, like everybody had called Florida blue, and Fox still, red. Fox still had them blue until the next day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of shills. They're gonna get. I mean, and it's really Tucker's network right now. If he leaves, that's where all of it comes from. You know, Hannity's good and all, but the it's really based on how. I mean, he's the highest viewers in history, TV history, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's impressive.
Yeah. Hannity just doesn't have his nuts, right? That Tucker has.
Right. He
Tucker
plays
has
it a little
that-
bit too.
Yeah, too centrist, and it's. I mean.
Well, even Tucker does too, but he's not afraid to bring up stories that nobody else will. That's the big difference.
Here's the
in
thing
my
with
opinion.
Tucker. He doesn't seem like he's playing centrist. He just kind of is a centrist guy.
Right.
He's
Okay. I
looking
see
at
what
things
you're saying.
objectively. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
And-
not playing. That's just how
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
Yeah. Like he's not our guy because he's like he's nothing like me, but he's my guy because he seems honest.
Yeah, he'll tell it like it is.
And so
You
if
know.
he's being honest, he's going to come to a lot of conclusions that are like mine. He might not, he and I might not agree politically per se, but he's a guy that I'm going to trust, and I'm going to.
He probably wouldn't agree with me on certain issues such as race.
Yeah,
A
we
lot
could
of
get
things, I think, but that's
we
okay
could get
because
along with the guy.
Yeah.
right, and he seems to be on the side of the country. That's the biggest thing. It's as long as you're for the country, like,
Yeah.
and that's really just being honest and forthright. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's if you're not that, then really you're against America. If you're actively against
No.
the people of America, if you're doing those things.
And he seems like a kind of guy that would respect you having your own opinion as long as you weren't shoving
Yes.
it onto him, you know?
Did you ever see
Yeah.
the video of him fishing in Central Park?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
amazing actually.
That's amazing. That's exactly how
Yeah.
I imagine Tucker in real life. He thought he was being like gotcha'd in the very beginning, but
Yeah.
immediately he changed his tune. He said, "Come on and hang out," and he was just real with the guy. And
Yeah.
that was from years ago. That wasn't recent. That was like what?
Yeah.
2014.
Yeah, you could tell in his tone of voice that initially he's pretty
Yeah.
pretty pissy, but then he's just like, yeah, this guy isn't effing with me, so.
Yeah.
That's a good
Well,
one.
I think some of the most popular clips he has on YouTube are just the ones where he's absolutely he's not afraid to tell someone you're an idiot, or
Mhm.
just call them right to their face, have them
Right
on the
to their
show, on
face.
live TV, you're an
Yeah.
idiot, you're
Yeah.
a complete moron, or an imbecile.
Some of these people, I'm
One of my
surprised they
favorites-
actually go on his show because, like, he's definitely not going to throw any softballs, you know?
Yeah. I loved his. I still look it up once in a while. He had Bill Nye the faggot guy on his show. I mean, science guy. Sorry. And he just like Tucker's just on point and reasonable and asking sensible questions, and it causes Bill Nye to just lose his shit because he can't deal with that. He's only used to, you're supposed to be playing to the narrative, and if you're not playing to the narrative, then you're crazy. What do you mean you're asking sensible questions? Like, he just had no idea how to handle it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Didn't he
Right.
also interview Kurt Eichenwald?
Who is
If he
that?
did,
I'm
I
not
gotta
sure
see
who
that.
it is.
Oh,
it's
that's
a
a tentacle
long
porn
story.
guy.
Yeah, the guy that had a
Tentacle
seizure.
board.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Was
All
this pre or post weaponized meme?
I can't even remember if the interview was before or after, but that was hilarious.
Yeah, that whole saga
my,
was.
my wife is tweeting for me because he had a seizure looking at all the memes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Were
yeah,
you
I
guys-
remember that, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, were you guys,
The
were you
guy who
guys
said he
watching that in
watched-
real time too?
He was watching tentacle
You guys
porn
watching
with
that
his
in real-
family.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. I was watching that go down, and we were like, everybody was commenting, "You're not his wife," and blah blah. And I guess the poor guy got the poor guy who shot out the meme got ripped pretty bad over that, eh?
Real bad. Yeah, I remember that not being.
And it's like, Eichenwald didn't even have to prove anything. He had no, he wasn't forced to prove anything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I said,
that's pretty crazy too. Because how do you prove that? You know.
And this
Well,
is
that's the thing. He would have had to sue the guy for slander or whatever, and then he would have to prove in court that he's epileptic from whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's a J tactic.
And that's
real bad.
Yeah.
That's why it's not even worth it. Just keep making fun of him, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was also the tentacle porn saga, which is what initially got all the people to just start laughing at him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he had a link open on his phone or something, right? Yeah, that was.
Oh,
that
he
was
showed
almost-
tentacle porn to his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was just
Yep.
research, right? That was just research.
It was for
just
research. They were curious.
No.
You know, because that's what I did.
all right, maybe you could-
Curious
wasn't
about
there-
what?
Around the same time, wasn't
Fuck.
there something with Alex Jones too, like with tranny porn?
Well, I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a thing on his bookmark bar or something like that?
Right,
And it was
that's-
like,
Yeah, it was a trap. Yeah. Who gives a
Oh,
fuck?
yeah, and there was
It's
a
Alex
tranny porn.
Jones. He's earned the right to jerk off to whatever the fuck he wants. The kind of shit he's done for our country, that man's a fucking hero.
he's been doing it since like the '90s. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's just a man of culture,
porn?
man.
That long.
Man
Yeah.
of culture. As Count Dankula would. Have you seen the Count Dankula Alex Jones interview? It's fucking hilarious.
I haven't seen
Oh.
that. I'm gonna have to look
I
that
imagine
up now.
anyone that's done Alex Jones type stuff for like 30 plus years, they probably would be a little bit,
Well,
And I know he drank heavily for a long
Here's the
time.
thing. Alex
Apparently, he
Jones.
still does.
Alex
He
Jones
did on
doesn't.
Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, he did get pretty lit on Joe Rogan.
I
That
hate
was
Joe
great.
Rogan, but I love watching Alex Jones.
Dude, there's some
on Joe
episodes I have
Rogan.
to
Joe
watch.
Rogan.
You have to watch some of them because as much as you don't like Joe Rogan, he's so big that it's a powerful show.
Yeah,
Like it's I mean it's in the fucking name. Like it's
there's some
because of the
you
reach,
have to watch just to be culturally
up
relevant.
to date. Yep.
Yeah,
Lately, I
watched
just
the
watched
Kanye
the
one though. I
memes.
couldn't get through it. As soon as he said that he was from God, he was on a mission from God to lead the free world or something like that, or God sent him to lead the free world. I was like, nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
That was like 5 or 10 minutes in. I was like, bam, I can't do this
What?
anymore.
Who said that?
the only ones
Kanye
I've ever
West.
watched were the Alex Jones ones because those are always epic.
Oh, I there's some ones that I
And
like certain people.
I usually catch the memes that come from the show, and then I
Yeah,
have to
and
go,
I'll catch
where
the
did this
highlights.
come from?
I'll catch the highlights
Like-
of the Kanye one and shit. You know.
Have you ever
But,
seen
like-
another monkey eat another monkey?
Whoa, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Man. Have you ever done DMT?
I
Jamie,
have.
pull that up.
That shit scares the hell out of me. I am not. The way that everyone talks about like the shit you see, I am not prepared for that. I could not handle that.
I've done it quite a few
That would
times.
fuck me up and I'm afraid that it would fuck me up permanently, like it does some people. Like some people, like are just like forever like a schizophrenic now
No,
because they
Well,
fucking took.
Turn
like,
some
hardcore
people into
drugs.
mathematicians.
didn't
I
do that to me, I'll
I
tell
don't
you
give a
what.
shit. I don't give a shit.
What if
It's not worth
tentacle porn turns you into a mathematician?
Maybe it does.
Didn't work out for
That-
Kurt.
That would make sense, right? Though, because Japanese make tentacle porn and they're all good at the math and stuff.
99% literacy rate,
Right.
so pretty good.
Hey,
for
Jimmy, pull that.
Hey, Jimmy.
That was a lot of build up for that
Wow, look
joke,
at
but
that.
it was worth
Wow.
I don't,
Maybe
I
pull
don't
that
know
up.
anything about. I don't know anything about DMT myself, but I've read about quite a few pretty smart guys who microdose an LSD. Now, I wouldn't recommend it myself, but
I've done that too quite a bit in my life. Psychedelics were a
I've
big part of my
microdosed.
growing up.
I did.
There was so
yeah,
much
I
point
never
in
did a micro.
microdosing.
Yeah, but what they apparently do is they just take a small enough hit that they don't get high, but it affects them, right? It affects your brain. It
Yeah,
affects what you think.
yeah, I get the
I wouldn't
concept
recommend-
behind it. Didn't really make
Yeah.
sense to me, but
like a prescription dosage of LSD, not an
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
high dose.
I'm more.
I
of
would
a,
do I microdosed on
I'm more of an
mushrooms
all
for
or
a-
nothing guy. So
for a long time.
I saw I saw an interview with a guy who came up with this DNA replicating thing that everybody's using for DNA analysis now,
The
and he did it
CRISPR
while high in
thing, or-
LSD. Yeah. He
Oh
did it
no,
while
the
high in
guy who
LSD.
came up with the double helix structure or
No,
discovered.
he came up with the replicating program, I think.
Yeah, but he
What's
also
his
was the
name?
guy who figured out the double helix structure of DNA.
Oh, was he? Yeah, he did that.
He
too.
was on.
That guy.
I don't know if
guy's
it's the same guy,
weird,
but he was
man.
on DNA. He was on LSD when he
Yeah.
came up with that idea. So
He
Dude,
got.
all I-
He was
this
just
guy-
looking at a
You're making me
straight
feel bad.
strand
All
while
I ever
sober.
do is write music and draw or paint. I never do anything like make math or like revolutionize physics or anything. Jesus Christ. Did you guys see that really, really cringy video Lori Lightfoot put out? The mayor of Chicago. That
Which
like,
one?
little-
the Halloween one.
the one where she falls asleep or she's sleeping and she wakes up. She literally looks like a fish because her eyes are so far apart.
Yeah.
And she has, like,
Oh, that
6
mirror. I was like,
Yeah,
who are you talking about?
Beetlejuice.
But then you said eyes far
Beetlejuice,
apart. And
yeah,
I'm like,
little
yeah,
Beetlejuice.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cringy.
that's she's clearly of another genetic pool than the rest of us, right? Like nothing's good coming out of that. There's no good content there.
No.
And it's funny when you see like the before and after pics of like before the Trump campaign or before Trump was in office
Yeah.
and then after Trump was in office, how she actually kind of looks like a woman, and then by the end of it, she actually looks like a matchstick that burnt out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She reminds
Something
me of a
exploded in her
crackhead I
face
met
and blew her
once.
hair back.
Yeah.
Trump literally sucked the life out of some of these people.
Yeah, he looks healthy. He actually, you're right. He took in that energy. It's
Yeah.
What was that thing with the census cowboy? And then he like rode the horse where like so hard that the horse
The
had
black
to be put
dude, yeah.
down. And
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
horse
that's-
well,
had
he
to be
did.
put
The horse
down
didn't
and
have to
shit.
get put down. There, he was put in a stable,
Thank goodness.
and he's gonna. Yeah, somebody took him in, and he's just
Oh,
gonna live
yeah.
his life. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But he didn't even have horseshoes on the horse, and he's running it down
Mhm.
the freeway and shit. Like
What?
Did he ever get charged with any animal abuse or anything
he
like that?
definitely
No, they
should have.
dropped it.
They
Oh,
dropped
they
it.
dropped it. Of course they did.
Yeah, an animal expert said that it was the equivalent of making an 80-year-old woman run the New York Marathon.
Yeah.
Like, could you believe that? Like, what a goddamn animal! Like,
Yeah.
what? That's
They
like
just don't
somebody.
care. They just don't
No,
care.
they just don't care. They have no.
They care about how cool they look on the fucking horse.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's what they care about.
And he
The
said he
horse
would
is a
do it
prop
again.
to them. Yeah, fuck.
He said his state
Yeah,
official
yeah.
state was my. I
Was
I
he
would
do it again? Like, but I love horse. He sounded like a fucking full-on retard too. Like,
Yeah, he did.
know.
And like all the equine specialists were like, "Yeah, this is like not happy
Disgusting.
about it." You should have seen the Twitter was lit up, like it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
PETA, like. And actually, it wasn't completely full PETA. It was really more like equine specialists. And you'd think that's kind of pitiful that the PETA has actually kind of,
yeah, PETA
I'm not a big animal-
it's politics. So he's,
right, exactly. I'm
Right.
not like a big animal, like for animal rights as far as hunting goes. I'm obviously that's normal, but like they really shilled themselves during like the past like 6 months to a year.
right.
And it's really really exposed, like not.
And when
exposing,
people talk about Republicans being cucks, which they kind of are, but I don't want to hear shit about it. I'm not a Republican anyway. I'm dissident right wing, but neo.
yeah, honest for this election, I'm definitely a Republican. Well, it has a different definition. It's just it's like an interim term.
Yep.
I
I voted for Trump. I'll put it that way.
Right.
Yeah. I voted like
Were you
straight
able to
Republican
vote even though
ticket.
you're in a different country?
Yeah. It's called an absentee ballot.
Oh,
If
shit.
dead people can.
so you were one of the you're one of those guys that I see what's going on here. All these expats in Bulgaria voting for Biden. I see what's going on.
All 14
It's
of them.
legal, right? Yeah, that's all that counts.
But Well, but what I was saying, so but the left is cucked during Trump's presidency on every issue that even defined them. Like fucking Census Cowboys, so they cucked on animal rights. I mean, that was as far left as you got was animal rights, right? Fucking
That's what they always do, right? That's
yeah. They cucked
it's
on
the same thing as
like anti-war. That was supposed to be like what defined the left too, was being anti-war. But Trump wanted to pull out of Afghanistan. Oh no, you can't do that.
Oh no! You can't pull us out of a war that's putting money in the pockets of Lockheed, Raytheon, and Boeing.
Right.
No, and Halliburton.
Yeah.
No, that's not okay. We need a war like that. As long as it builds our infrastructure, it's fine.
I saw lefty.
I'm not anti-war. I am not anti-war. I think we need to bomb the chinks back to the fucking Stone Age. But a bunch of fuckers in fucking Afghanistan, we really think a bunch of fucking cave-dwelling monkeys are a fucking threat to our national security? Are you shitting me? Fuck off. No, they are not. They can't invade our country. The only countries that are a threat to our national security are China and Russia. They're the only countries that are a legitimate threat.
No, I don't think any country is a legitimate threat to our national security, to tell you the truth.
Well, who's good? Well, there are, but they're not militarily, not in an open war.
Yeah, not in an open war.
But I mean,
well,
they can invade.
I was talking about this last night. I was talking about it last night. China and Russia could easily invade the United States. I could still do that. Why?
I highly
Because
disagree that anybody could easily invade the United States.
Not easily. Okay, sorry. Not easily.
Not easily.
You'd lose a lot of aircraft and you'd lose a lot of men.
Yeah,
it'd come through Canada.
It's a very easy It's an easy concept.
Don't say
of
that.
How you would do this? How you go about this?
Why do you live in Canada?
Yeah, we'd
all you
probably
have to
just
have
let him
is
through,
enough-
knowing Justin Trudeau.
He is.
All you'd have to
He
have
is letting them through.
is
Oh,
enough-
sorry.
all you-
Oh, you just setting up camp right here? Oh, well, that's fine. What's that? You got to go to the White House? I'll show you the way.
Who else here is a Canuckistani?
Just me today, I think.
That's me too. We got two.
Boy.
Jesus.
Oh,
The chat's
double
getting
leaf in the
invaded.
house.
Uh-oh, this is
Two
bad
leaves.
news.
We're reaching
All you have to
levels of
have
maple
is-
syrup that shouldn't even be possible.
I was about to say maple syrup for everyone.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering
Maple
if I was having
syrup,
connection issues. 'cause
Smarties for everyone.
Everyone's like talking over me. I wasn't sure if I was getting through.
No, you were. We were just.
Now I get it. Everyone's talking over me because I'm annoying. I get it.
we were making fun of Canada. Like that's.
Yeah, that's
I know.
usually that's usually a conversation stopper.
That's what you call it. That's necessary. That's obligatory.
But all you need is enough aircraft at ready to go, because we have enough SAM missiles in our inventory to shoot down pretty much every aircraft in China's disposal. Yeah. Do we have enough of them ready to go right now on platforms ready to be launched? Probably not. They would need enough aircraft to overwhelm our defenses, and eventually they would, and it would take like a couple days for our Patriot missile systems to be resupplied, things like that. And eventually they would get a foothold in like Seattle, Portland, things like that. Maybe Northern California, but that's a bit of a stretch because that's a little farther south.
I think
But
we
it
would
could-
obliterate
it
their
could be done.
country
It
before
could
we
be
let
done.
anything like that happen. I think there would be an all-out
Well,
assault.
see, here, I'll give you a scenario. Chinese soldiers start taking American civilians hostage and say, "Hey, if you launch any nuclear strikes, we're just going to start executing civilians, just at willy-nilly." That's kind of puts you in a tough situation. Granted, it is Seattle and Portland, so it's kind of like good riddance, but
Yeah, it would depend which cities they're taking here.
Yeah, optically it wouldn't be.
We're
good
in
either
downtown
way.
Detroit. Don't launch any nukes.
Even I mean, think of the manpower it would actually take to control Los Angeles and some of these bigger centers. They'd have to move in so many people. It would take so much time. I don't know. I think it'd be sitting ducks in the meantime.
Yeah,
if they were established.
If they do come from Canada, which would be, I think the Chinese could come through Canada. I think Canada would fucking do that.
Craft
That would be-
Breakfast in the
If
chat
If
says
that
they'll
happened-
go
if
through
that
Quebec.
happened,
Or
that
they'll
would be
go through
fucking.
that
That
Quebec
would be
crossing.
fucking bad. That would be fucking
But
bad.
that's
That would probably happen.
They would have to get established foothold in Canada. They'd have to have everything ready in Canada before, and once again in the meantime, they'd kind of be sitting ducks, right? Like I don't know, I can't see it happening.
Well,
I can't see it happening.
Well, we'll see.
Like-
Here's the thing. I'm not saying an invasion is an invasion. If they send one tank and like 13 soldiers over the border from Canada and that's it, well, technically they're invading the United States.
No,
That's
absolutely,
a military
absolutely.
invasion to some capacity.
But
we would
you
wipe
know,
them out. But I'm saying
in all
if
honesty,
they get over the border, it's an invasion.
if they invaded, if the Chinese invaded Canada, that's I mean, you can argue about it, but this is technically an invasion of the United States sphere, right? Like you can't. United
By your
States couldn't.
definition, we're already invaded.
Well, this is kind of my point about they are invading through Canada then, as it is. But no, if they sent military units over and invaded Canada, that's a direct attack and threat on the United States, and not because we're some sort of historical ally. It's because it's their sphere, right? Like
the
it's
Western
like
Hemisphere.
getting into pissing
like
contest in the Ukraine. That's
Yeah,
a
they're
direct.
like if they were to go into Mexico too, same thing.
Yo,
Exactly.
breaking news. The Burger King plane guy is back. I gotta hear what he's saying.
Sweet.
Oh man, I can't believe he's back. Here, I'll send you guys the link in YouTube. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I geeked out for a second.
What was that?
That was the I'm sorry. You remember the Burger King guy on the plane?
Dude, they just suspended Sarah Huckabee on
Nuh-uh. For what?
Oh, wait. No, sir, never mind. That was a different one. Sorry. False alarm. False alarm.
Where is he now? Who's he yelling at now?
Here,
Who's that?
Is he at a Burger King? Because that would be
no,
great.
he's on another plane.
Oh, really? The Burger King strikes again?
Yeah, I just threw it in the YouTube chat.
How the fuck would they let this guy on another plane?
I can't believe that they did either. But how could they ban him from a plane?
Wait,
That's
how'd you throw it in the
like,
YouTube
How could they
chat?
ban him from the plane? That's
You didn't throw it in the YouTube chat.
um
You can't because you're not a... I can make you a mod real quick, though. I should probably do that.
no.
Throw it in
no,
the D Live chat as well.
You can throw it in the D-Live chat.
chat.
But it doesn't show up because you can't post links because you're not a mod.
Oh, my bad. Here, I'll
But
send
I
it
can...
to you.
Here, I'll make you a mod real quick and then you can do it.
Oh, okay. Just tell me when.
No, you're a moderator. And you can put it in the D-Live, but you're not on D-Live. So.
I'm not on D-Live. I'm sorry. Here, you know what? I'm gonna download it as
Which,
we speak.
dude, it looks like in the next couple days I'll be, I have 200 followers on D-Live. I'm at 170 there, so I'll be able to do the D-Live affiliate.
What does that mean?
Means the chest fills up twice as fast, and I can do
I don't
other
know what that
stuff.
is.
Yeah, actually, I should make all the people that come on.
Is it just? Oh, so it's just the website. It's not the. It's not an app like
That
Discord.
can't be good.
They have an app too, but
There we go.
I'll figure it out at some point.
yeah, it's pretty easy. I liked it because I used to, when I was working nights, I used to When I was working nights, I used to listen to DS Rex was streaming that all the time. And it was cool. It was always be like me and Trucker and Coof Cop and Bill Cooper, Groiper, and there's a few of us that would be on there pretty much every night.
Hey, I got a question for you.
What's up?
How old is Trucker Fren?
I don't know. No,
I
I
think
got-
he's
I wondering how old
on
I
the
was.
younger
no, I
side.
gotta check this ID.
I think he's on the younger side.
I mean, my guess
I
would
figured
be,
he's got to be like in his 30s max or something.
Yeah.
yeah,
Are you
I was-
implying Trucker
I
Friend
would
might not
probably
be a
guess
trucker?
around the 30s, but
Surprised how fucking old some of you guys are. Fucking running around with cartoon frogs in your profiles.
We had
damn,
I'm
somebody on the
surprised.
podcast the other day
What's your
that was
point?
in the in
Yeah.
his 40s.
Apu does
I'm not making a point at all. It's just surprising. It's just surprising.
I keep forgetting how
Apu is
young.
not ageist at all.
I forget how young some of you
Yeah.
people are.
Crosses
Yeah.
all bounds.
I talk to people. I just kind of expect everybody to know what I know and be from the same era as I am. And I talk to them like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?" Well, how old are you? And like, "Oh, I'm 23." Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
When I was 23.
when I was your age,
Yeah.
That was a young
No,
man.
just
we
Just
didn't
think about
have
it
all
for-
this fancy schmancy.
think how different a situation we were in, 17, 20 years ago.
Right?
Everything
it
was,
was
so much,
vastly
was
different.
So much different, dude.
What I think about like somebody who's like Johnny's age, I'm like, well, you don't even like remember fucking 9/11, do you?
No,
I
I
was
was
in school. I was
I was
in
probably
the
like
7th grade. I saw
3
it on
or
TV.
4. Yeah, I was like sleeping on my dad's chest. He was in his lazy
Yeah.
boy. My mom woke him up, and he was like, oh shit. And so he started getting ready to go to the recruiting office to sign back up for the Navy. And my mom was like, if you fucking go over there, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah. See, I was
Dad
22
was
when
a
it
fucking
happened, so
Chad.
like, yeah, you don't even know like how the country changed at 9/11 because it was like overnight,
Yeah.
vastly changed.
My dad's 60 now.
I
And
mean,
he's still like,
yeah.
if any of those fuckers attack us, I'll still go over to the recruiting office and just beg and plead to send me over there to kill those fuckers. Like, Dad, you're the greatest.
fucking base.
My dad was in the Navy before the Navy was gay.
Your
79
dad
to
was in the
91.
Navy.
In the Navy.
What
Hello,
was the
hello.
na-
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Aaron. How you
Hello.
doing?
How you doing?
You
Pretty
joke,
good.
you joke, but he saw a lot of fucked up shit, like a grease
Mhm.
fire on the USS Lockwood. He had to pull fucking charred bodies out of wreckage and shit. And all this
My
fucking
buddy's Navy dad was just telling me about the mass graves in Bosnia. Yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
all fun and
Yeah.
games.
There's mass graves everywhere.
And then
I
my
have
my dad's a combat veteran from Desert Shield too. He
Yeah.
lost a really good buddy there. Yeah,
But as a
so
Vietnam
can I tell
vet.
my dad's war story really quick? It's pretty fucking badass.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so it's like 88, 89, something like that. And my dad's on, I think, the Lockwood going through the Persian Gulf, escorting some oil tankers. And some of Saddam's finest show up on pontoon boats with RPKs and RPGs, AKs, and shit like that, and PKMs too. And one of the boats opens up on the deck of the ship with a PKM. And my dad is with his buddy George. And in '79, my dad went through everything with this guy. This was his buddy in boot camp. And fucking all of a sudden, and my dad told him a joke, and George is laughing. And all of a sudden, the ship starts turning like sharply. The alarms are going off, and all of a sudden, it's just a bunch of sparks just start fucking flying off the wall behind him. And all of a sudden, George just fucking falls in half, like because he just got cut in half with machine gun fire from a distance. And like my dad's just like,
Wait,
It's
the
like-
dude that was
he's like
talking to your dad?
yeah, my dad's just like trying to register in his brain the fact that his friend's
Yeah.
now in 2 pieces. And so he gets down and tries doing CPR on him, even though he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
And so they pull him off, and then my dad tells me he just saw red. And he jumped on the 50 cal that he was supposed to be, that they ordered him to go on. And he remembers just telling me, like, watching the 50 BMG fucking hit some of these fuckers, and just the fucking body parts flying off, and just the cloud of just pink mist. It was like one of the most beautiful things he's ever fucking seen in his life.
Yeah.
Watching these fucking Iraqis just fucking explode. And
Well, especially after watching his buddy just die. Fucking probably just all he wants to do is rip some fucking people in half.
My dad was,
he
my dad was a
got shot in the
Vietnam
ribs.
vet, but he wouldn't talk about it much.
Yeah. My
He
dad
had
still
pride in
cries
his war.
sometimes talking about
Kept
those
it to
stories.
himself.
Yeah.
Grandfather was, he had a.
For the longest time, my dad would have nightmares too, but so far, he's getting the help he needs, the right medication, the right therapy, and he says he doesn't really have nightmares anymore, which is fantastic.
Matter of fact, I think Desert Storm was the first war that we were in that a member of my family wasn't in America. Pretty sure.
Yeah, my grandfather on my dad's side was a combat veteran for World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. He was in the Navy in World War II, fought the Japanese Navy at the beginning of the Korean War, got out and joined the Army, and was in the Army at the latter end of Korea, was a combat veteran in the Army as well. Then after Korea, joined the Air Force and was stationed at Davis-Monthan here in Tucson, was a crew chief for the F-86As. Then when Nam rolled around, he was a crew chief for the F-4 Phantom. And during the Tet Offensive, his air base was attacked.
No,
He was on the shitter, and he left his gun in the barracks.
Yep, and I take that
There's a
back
pistol.
because my mom's uncle was a naval officer during Desert Storm, so I guess he was in that too. So, and but yeah, because my dad was a Vietnam vet. One granddad was Korean vet, and one was a World War II vet.
Mine was a World War II vet. He was he was a POW in Egypt and in Poland. He escaped both. Got shot in the chest twice and once in the arm. It's all we were able to get out of his brother, but like he died when I was younger, and he wouldn't tell anybody. Like he spoke Italian, didn't teach it to any of his kids because he came from Italy, and he was American now. That's why he joined the army to serve, and I wish stories that we have the medal, all of his medals, but I'd really.
So was he
like
in the
to learn
U.S.
more
Army
about
or the Italian military?
U.S. Army. He was here.
But he didn't speak English?
No, he spoke Italian. He also spoke Italian, but he didn't teach it to his kids. He spoke English.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, he just wouldn't teach it to my father. He has my dad's one of 8, so
Yeah, my mom spoke Italian. Her parents came from Italy, so her and her brothers and sisters, they all spoke Italian, but I took Italian in school thinking, I'll be able to talk to them and understand them. They all spoke fucking dialect. None of them spoke actual Italian. They all spoke Baresian, which is like the southern dialect. Didn't sound anything like any of the Italian I learned in school.
you thought you were trying to do something to that's
Yeah, capiche. That was the only word that was probably the same.
My mother.
My mom went to Catholic school, so she spoke Latin.
Oh,
that's really old Italian.
That's cool.
Well, bring it back to these veterans
old.
for a second. Isn't that such a common thing from people that have seen extreme combat? It's like they never talk about it.
Yeah.
All the relatives like, oh, come on, tell us, but they never crack that. Wallace.
Well, my grandpa on my mom's side of the family was in the 103rd Infantry Division in World War II in Europe. And he would tell his war stories, and that's one of the things I regret is because he died when I was about 10, and I really wish he was still around because I'd love more than anything to just sit down and talk with him about all that shit he saw.
Yeah.
And just really, because I wouldn't just be like, oh, that's so cool. I would legitimately appreciate and listen to everything he would have had to say.
Almost everybody in my family on both sides missed every war. I had a cousin that went to Vietnam. That was it. Everybody else was either too old or too young for any war that's ever happened.
My one grandfather served on a Canadian destroyer, and he never talked about it at all, and didn't say one word about it. He was serving in the North Atlantic. So he got to be one of those guys.
He was naval intelligence. He was in the subs, and he came back. He was like fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what the hell happened, but he became manic and locked himself in his room. Nobody.
Yeah, my grandfather was messed up for years apparently after that, and but they're going through the Atlantic, and there's a a torpedoed ship in their convoy or something, and they're going by hearing screams of dying people and all that stuff. So it really that can really screw you up. Like, I don't blame them for not wanting to talk about it.
Especially if you know those people and have like a relationship. That's not something that you just snap back from.
Even if you don't know those people and it's night after night, right? Like,
right.
So I said, I don't blame him. I kind of wish he did talk to me about it, but I don't blame him for not.
I talk like I have a point of reference.
You can think about that and then compare it to the people who say they have PTSD because they were misgendered.
I was just gonna say,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off! Yeah, I fucking hate
getting
it.
shelled for almost a week straight.
Yeah,
fuck
even
that.
then.
Like I saw, I've seen my dad have.
My grandfather fought the Germans.
I've seen my dad have Vietnam flashbacks and shit, and it's not a pretty picture.
Yeah.
Well, Vietnam was a lot different, right? They were like vicious. Like, they didn't do war like normal war. Wasn't it very?
Like what our Revolutionary War was, guerrilla warfare.
And it was still a ground war, like in the jungle, where you can't.
Shit.
But they had like tunnels under the jungle, so they come popping up out of nowhere.
And you're a little low.
They'd have like the spikes in the pit. And they'd cover the spikes and shit.
Yeah.
That is horrifying.
Tunnels. Those tiny.
I'd rather get fucking blown up than fall in a pit of spikes.
My dad had this reel-to-reel recording. He was recording Anagata DeVita, the long form, in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And they started getting shelled like halfway through it. So he just they're jamming, and all of a sudden he just started,
dude,
people
you need to
screaming
document that. You need to digitalize that.
Yeah, I don't know if he still has it, but he had it when I was a wee lad. I've heard
could
it.
you imagine that you being on the battlefield and like your best friend, you're just walking along with someone who you consider like your best friend, and just in an instant, a bullet flies through his head, or possibly even worse,
or step on a landmine,
watch them die. Yeah,
I know a friend.
Bam! There goes my best friend.
Could you
stepped on an
in a bloody, violent way. His head's over there on the ground.
Guys who have been in these hard wars and have seen some brutal fucking shit, having a conversation with one of these faggot soy boys.
Oh yeah,
I'm a she, and you don't understand the trauma it's caused me, and I got to bring my security pet with me to work, and they won't let me. I swear to God.
It is man.
It's funny. I have a relative.
It is.
Yeah.
That's much better. Yeah, the way you did it, that's how it was.
There's some 80-year-old looking at his legs going, where's my shins? I missed my fucking shins.
I have a relative who's a female, and I'm not big on having women in the army at all, let alone in combat positions, but she's tougher than any of these. I can't believe that they allow people to act like that in the army. Like, my sister would kick their asses.
I love how upset the feminists got when they were like, hey, maybe we should start making women sign up for selective service.
Yeah.
They got the feminists
that was
then all of
a
a
great
sudden,
meme.
all this equality stuff falls right apart. It's like a brisket that's been in long enough. Where
hey, if you can get drafted, everyone should get drafted.
How about
that meme?
How about we do this? Let's get rid of selective service, so that way the government can't just come and fucking kidnap our children and make them fight a fucking unnecessary war. How about that?
Oh, I totally agree.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But if there is going to be a draft, let's sign up for feminists.
Selective service agent shows up to your door, you greet him with a fucking gun in your hand. How about that? Tell him to fuck off.
You guys remember that meme? I think it was the 2016 election where it was like, it had like Hillary, imagery on it, and it was like, well, our sons have gone and fought, and ladies, now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to send the daughters out to fight wars, and it was like all this series of memes where.
I remember there was
brilliantly done.
There's a big one on that. Yeah, there's a big push on that.
Hey, somebody's got to do it, right?
Yeah.
It was like women, you know, at their grave sites with their like boyfriend or husband or something. Ladies, now it's your turn, and just like completely exposing the phoniness of the feminist movement and Clinton.
Let me see if I can play this BK video here. You guys in Zoom won't be able to hear it unless you're like.
Oh, I just watched it on the Twitter timeline.
Yeah,
BK.
unless you like mute yourself in
Burger King video.
But yeah, I want to play it on here because I've been trying to figure out how to like pipe in the audio from there into Zoom. I haven't figured out a way to do it. I think I need like some kind of either a physical board or some software.
No, you should be able to. There is in your software. I know there's a way to do it on OBS, so I know there's a way to do it through what you do.
Yeah, but I want to make sure to do it where they can't like it because like when I'm only way
You're good.
what I was looking at before would create like a feedback loop because then your voices would be, you know. So, all right. Well, let me see if I can do this here.
Yeah, he's back on a plane, and they sat him in front of a black woman. I mean, you know what's going to happen. You know exactly what's going to happen. And he's still wearing the crown. It's probably the same crown.
Oh yeah.
It should be. Let me see. Is it showing up on DLive? It would take a minute. See, I just get the black screen. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah.
The Sheets right down the road just got beer, and that's really good news for me.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm gonna have
It should be this.
I totally forgot
Not
today was
showing up on
Remembrance Day.
DLive.
See, I just get the black screen. I don't know what's going on with that. See, I only have the one option, but it. Oh, fuck it. I'll figure it out later. 'Cause it's not working for me like it should for some reason. So, back to the slideshow.
All right. Yeah, it wasn't playing on DLive.
Yeah, it's just giving me a black screen. It's fucking annoying.
That's all I heard you say. You're like, yeah, it's just giving me a bad black screen. Okay, well, I guess we're done trying to do that. Would it play on YouTube?
No,
didn't see it as
no,
a
it was
blank
the
screen.
Streamlabs OBS was like
What
not.
the fuck's up with the Streamlabs? Everyone uses Streamlabs. I just use regular OBS.
Well, Streamlabs lets me do all kinds of stuff that I
Except for play videos, apparently.
Yeah, I like OBS too, but I wish I could do two at once on it.
Yep, that's Streamlabs. I can do the two at once. And
What do you mean two at once?
Like DLive and YouTube.
Oh, well, I use Restream.
Oh,
I have my OBS set up. Actually, my OBS, I think, is set up for Bitwave. And then Bitwave allows you to split. So then from Bitwave, I split it to Restream, and then Restream splits it off into YouTube and DLive.
Jesus Christ! All right, I'm gonna have to look into that. Cool. I thought. All right.
Well,
Yeah, I go
Streamlabs,
straight. My OBS is set up for Bitwave because Bitwave does the split for me automatically.
the Streamlabs lets me do like I have the Streamlab donation. So if that I always forget to mention
that
it.
fancy
But
thing.
if anybody ever donated, it would do text to speech, or they could put in a song and shit. You know,
I don't think
that would play.
I don't get donations. I didn't even get donations when I had my old YouTube channel. My hubs did. He had actual, what are they, Patreon people or whatever?
Yeah, Patreon.
He doesn't have them anymore because he hasn't made a video in like a year.
I'd be afraid to use Patreon at this point if you have any real thoughts in your head.
Yeah.
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 Or well, I should say I would be afraid to rely on.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't much. It was only
That's a good
like,
way
what
to
were you
put it.
getting, like
Yeah,
$10 a month?
it's-
It wasn't really
I mean,
much. You didn't have many.
There's always a threshold. I mean, the moment you become too popular, then people notice, then you get shut down.
Yeah,
But
he
even
had
a
almost
couple
6,000
bucks.
followers, and then he decided to do a series on the JQ, and it was a 3-part series, and it would strike 1, 2, and 3.
Bro.
There goes his fucking channel.
I'm not. I'm laughing because the hindsight of it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be.
No,
insensitive,
it's fine.
but-
It's
Oh
fine.
no, it's funny.
It is
Three-part
funny.
video. That's
Three-part series on the
right.
JQ. Strike
I
one,
think he
two,
knew
and
what was
three.
going to happen.
Within a week, it was gone.
Yep, that's how it goes. Speaking of, actually, I have developing a system based on blockchain that will solve all of these problems. And tomorrow at noon Eastern time, I'm going to be streaming about it with Hot Stuff.
Nice.
Hot Stuff is the man. You definitely should tune into that one.
Yep.
He was on the Two Base for Twitter podcast with us twice. So actually, he's a really, really cool dude. Very insightful.
I should be on that podcast 26 fucking accounts later. Goddamn.
You should fucking message me, DM me, 100%.
Will do. How can I DM you? I'm not on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes
changes
it
things.
difficult.
So you used to say, just DM me, man. Just DM me.
Zoom.
Can't
Cat
DM you when I'm
Kitchen
not on
donated a
Twitter.
diamond, says, fix your presentation and get on my level.
Nah, I'll be listening. It's tomorrow at noon, you said? Is that,
Yep.
wait, noon your time or
No,
noon?
noon Eastern time.
All right.
Everyone's
Yeah, it's funny how you're still running on the Eastern time, yet you're like 7 hours ahead of us.
Yep.
He's a real G. He's a real one.
It's funny
teach an
because
old
I'm
dog
7
new
hours
tricks,
ahead
man.
of him, but Shake wakes up every day before me.
Yeah, I would.
Because I always stay up
My
late
IRL
doing these
job
streams
makes
and
me
shit.
work.
And he has to wake up early for work. He's always up before I am.
I'm gonna mute really quick because my hubs found the video. We're gonna watch this Burger King shit.
Good.
I
But yeah,
forgotten
so-
about that guy.
I was really thinking that. All right, 2 days from now, it's Friday the 13th, before the last Friday the 13th of 2020. I mean, it's 11/11 now. This whole week, there's been like this electricity in the air. Do you think there's going to be some Moab or some kind of huge drop of something good, or is it just still going to be stagnant until the beginning of the year?
Rudy, Giuliani's talking about a big fucking release of a bunch of like affidavits and shit. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
they've been collecting a bunch of shit, so it will be coming up.
Yeah, it's got to be getting close, man, or it's not happening at all. And I think it's happening. So
Appalachian's
really
asking
like-
why we're streaming a Twitter DM group chat. What are the topics? This is Fren report, so we don't necessarily stick to topics. I mean, we'll get more topical at some point.
Yeah, right now it's kind of amorphous. The news changes too quick to stick to
Yeah,
something.
there's, the news is going so crazy, and then we don't want to get stuck on the stupidity all the time.
Because even
Plus-
for the podcast that I do, it's like I'm like really anal and have like notes read up for in case like people need something to go off of. But like I haven't the past week because you don't need to. There's so much.
yeah, and it's happening so quickly too. Your notes are out of date. You know,
You're right.
in
And even when
3
I'm looking
hours.
through the timeline, if I see something from 1D, I'm like, oh, skip. Like I'm not even looking from like a day ago anymore. Like it's like it's got to be within like the past 12 hours for it to be even close to relevant.
Yep. And since it's Fren report live, like it's basically Frog Twitter broadcast anyway. Like that's kind of the concept. So
I'm literally scrolling through the timeline right now.
I do it all the time. I think of shit to talk
Apparently,
about.
YouTube is down right now.
Is it? My
Yeah,
YouTube?
we're trying. He's
We're
trying to get the
live.
video up, and it's just going slow. The video won't load. Like the page
Except
is
for
load,
me.
but videos won't load. And then we had a friend who's over in the Netherlands. He's saying the same thing. YouTube's down for him right now. He can't watch any videos. They
That's
just
weird.
keep spinning the wheel.
Oh
It's working
shit,
for-
she's
it's
right.
working for me.
It's well, I have it up on my computer,
Yeah.
and I just tried it on my phone, and it's working on my computer because it's been up, but on my phone it's just
I wonder
spinning.
if they're getting ready
Just
to gas
spinning.
me.
VPN.
I just brought it up.
Everybody's trying to watch Burger King.
That's
Right.
what it is.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
The Burger King guy broke the
Don't let
internet.
him see this.
He broke YouTube at least.
Yeah.
I was
yeah, it's
wondering why it was so quiet in the chat. That must be it.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna pause this and go check out the Burger King, dude.
They're all trying to watch at the same time, and it's just everyone's getting a spinning wheel.
Refresh,
Like, any minute
refresh.
now.
I saw the little, you know, how it shows like a little preview clip. It looks so fun, so amusing. I want to watch it.
What was it, little Asian guy screaming the N-word at some black chick? In a Burger King hat?
No, he's white.
Oh wait, Rusty
he's white?
Shackelford just said that he's okay. He's on.
Yeah, he's on. It's
PC.
working for him. Been working for me.
Try to refresh. Maybe.
I
it
don't
just
want to
doesn't like
refresh
us.
because I don't want to lose it. I'm
Oh, I
gonna
was
try
telling
to
my hubs
open
that because we're still watching the spinning wheel. Everything on the side is uploaded. Like
Yeah, I
the page
just,
is fully uploaded. Just the videos
I
not
just tried-
playing.
I just tried 3 videos in a
so.
row. None of them were running.
Yeah, I'm trying to work. I'm trying to do it on
It
my
looks like
phone, and
Ted
it's not
Nugent
working.
if he
I'm
was
getting
on drugs.
loading.
Nugent.
I just
Like,
brought
wait.
this up. I
Handles
just
the chat
brought this
loaded.
up. Once Trump brings out this, the information, the internet's gonna get hard to use. They don't want this stuff getting out. All this.
Oh, they're so
Yeah,
assured.
harder than it already is.
You guys
I'm
watching
getting
that
pretty
shit?
drunk too.
After we stopped here yesterday, my buddy Brian there, maybe you guys follow him, Kitchen, he was
Yep.
streaming. So we
He
went
was
over
in
to
the
his channel,
chat
watch his stream, and he's
just a
watching
minute ago.
Tucker from like I think 2 days ago. Oh Jesus! Well, he got it playing.
You mute it.
Hold on,
You
I'll
got a
be right
claim?
back.
I can hear it. I can hear him yelling.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I
glorious.
could definitely get the audio of it to play.
I heard his catchphrase.
Yep. Not sure if I should play it. I mean, fuck it if YouTube's down anyway. Why
Yeah,
not?
right. No, it'll be somebody will have to watch it tomorrow.
Yep. But I'll go ahead and not. I think I could get away with it anyway since it's like not one of us saying it. But oh, okay. So we need a new topic here.
I know. It's the Xbox came out yesterday and everything's smoking. There was videos of it smoking.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Or it just not accepting the discs and making that weird grindy noise. That was a classic video.
I'm part West African. I could say it whenever I want.
I could say it whenever I want. I photoshopped an original hat for that, and it's the Borgar Kang hat, just because
Yeah.
I don't want to get sued.
The Borg.
Oh, I saw something kind of white pilling in Italy going on. They've been having this anti-lockdown protest and shit for like weeks now. And today the police like took off their helmets and joined the protesters. So
Oh shit! Hey,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
there we go. That's the kind of change where it's they can't stop it anymore, right?
Yeah.
Because
I gotta
they're-
tell you, watching
Yeah.
this video, we're only halfway through. Best thing about this, JetBlue, it's like all black people.
And
He
it's
is
pretty
flipping out.
consistent, huh?
Ooh,
It's
banking
like
Must
them.
he's
be an
not gonna-
African one.
He's, they're not gonna kick her off. She's like punching him and hitting him. They're not gonna kick her off. He's gonna get kicked off though, right? Because he said,
That was funny. He's like just
The gamer word. The
Oh,
gamer
the gamer
word.
He said the magic word.
yeah, he said rigor,
the
so
magic
he's got to
word.
get off the plane.
Oh yeah, and then like
She could be violent though, but I love
Yeah.
it. She's like, you deserve it. You deserve it.
and then
Really?
this,
You
this
deserve it.
other, like black guy just he said the N-word too many times.
I
He gets
deserve
up-
you acting like a rigor.
tries to like punch him between like there's like 2 or 3 people between him and the Burger King guy, and it's just I'm gonna punch him over 3 people.
Yeah, but they were like two stewardesses and they're both.
And
white.
she had already attacked him before that.
Yeah, that's what he said. She kneed me in the stomach, which is
Yeah.
why he was yelling in the first place.
It's like it would be a interesting experiment to like go out and just say the N-word. I mean,
What do you mean an experiment? I do it all the
I
time,
don't
and
know,
you
but
always
just,
yell at me.
Just say N-word and see how often you can just get random
Bro,
riggers to violently
I
attack you.
say it all the time out in public, and my husband is constantly telling me, "Can you just please cut it out with that? Can you just stop saying that?"
Well, because
he's the one that's
He's like, it'd be an interesting
he's
experiment.
the one that's
Every
gonna
day
get
we go out in public together, it's an experiment, and you're like, "Can you just cut it out?"
He's gonna be the one that needs to get veneers after his teeth get kicked out by 15 of them.
Yeah. I
But
was like, look, can you just cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks?
Well, that's different. They're not gonna do anything.
Is it actually any higher of a frequency of assaults on white people if they say that or not?
No.
Well, I usually do read the chat, guy. They're talking about you should read the chat. You get more followers, and I usually do.
I've been trying. I don't have the D Live. I only have YouTube. I try to keep up on that one.
Yeah. Well, the D Live chat, because the YouTube shows up on the screen anyway. Unfortunately, that doesn't work for D Live with Streamlabs yet. So.
See, well, that's another thing. OBS. I got both. Well, I have 3 of them running, I think.
I think there's a way to do it. I just have to.
If you use Restream, you hook your D Live and YouTube both up to Restream, and you can put the Restream chat up on the screen, and that shows all of them. It shows Restream, D Live, and YouTube all together.
I mean,
it's like it puts little emblems
Streamlabs
next to the name, so it lets you know. Where
Streamlabs uses Restream to do the splits.
Aaron, does Michael have a twatter?
Yes, he does. He's in the group chat. He's in the
just DM
friend
me
report
that,
group chat.
Shake. Yeah, I'm Shake. DM. I don't know which one. That way,
Shake.
Yeah.
I have much question for later.
All right. Can you? No, he's still watching Burger King. He can't.
Not
Burger
this
King
moment.
video.
At some point in the future. No rush. No rush.
Crazy.
And yeah, Dibnat or whatever. There was a video that Studio Xbox did showing them vaping into the Xbox, but then there's a few reports of it actually smoking in some other videos and some Reddit
saw
posts
2.
of it melting. Yeah, there's the one from Studio Xbox where they're like, "See, you can vape into it." And I'm like, why would you want to do that to begin
It'll
with?
charge your vape.
I like the one where it was
You can
like,
blow
here's
smoke into it.
the vapor, or like what do they call where you put the essential oils in?
Oh yeah, the aroma things. Yeah.
Yeah, the aroma.
Diffusers.
Diffusers. There it is. Yeah, the diffuser. Yeah, look, my Xbox is a diffuser mode.
I saw one. They were like, they had like the new Xbox and the
Space Swiper.
It's fucking Space Groiper. That's who you are, motherfucker. We
Yeah, I'm
follow each
Shake.
other. God damn.
Huh?
My hub just sent you a follow request.
Yeah, I'm out here
You're like,
space
I'm Shaker. You're Space Groiper, fucker.
Yeah, check out my
Space Groiping for days,
check out
baby.
my art. Look at my pinned tweet.
Yeah, I was what? You followed me on my last 2
Let's
accounts.
see this pinned tweet.
Yeah, she was what? Pause. Or pause what? Or
Queen odd.
so you had to switch it up a bit. People do from time to time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you making these?
yeah, those are all mine.
Oh.
Nice stuff,
Nice. We like the frog art. Hub's got a bunch of it saved on his computer.
And,
The old 2016 stuff.
Let me see what my folder's at. I haven't added all of them to it. I think I'm at 166 in my frog folder. Yeah, 166 on my frog folder on my phone. And I have at least 20 that I didn't put in there for reaction pictures.
I just like how it doesn't always have to be a frog. Sometimes it's like a horse or a cow or a duck.
And you guys,
Oh,
I do read the chat. I try to keep
It's all
up with
about
the
the
chat,
eyes.
but it's 2 chats I got to keep up with, and people talking, so you can't necessarily just respond right away.
Get the big rigger off the plane. She need me in the stomach.
Yo, you gotta love something about these people that like just. I mean, that guy looks a little crazy. Like he's got some mental issues, I think. But these people that don't give a fuck, they know they're being filmed, and it's almost like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care if you ruin my life.
Dude, that's literally Trump.
Yeah.
That I mean, granted, he's a little bit more pulled back, but that's why that's why he's so appealing to everybody. That feels without like they don't have a voice. It's
Right.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's not polished and bullshit. Just for
He's not
optics.
planning what he says. He's not planning what he says.
Hey, this
Burger
guy
King
wrote out my speech
2024.
like 5 days ago and rewrote it again and
Exactly.
polished it
Yeah.
up, and then somebody else looked at it and edited it out and made sure that it was all perfect, and now I sound like a complete dead robot shill.
Exactly.
And not only
he
that,
just
he's
goes
not a
out there,
politician.
puts a hat on,
He
and
goes on
fucking wins it.
airplanes and calls people riggers.
Yeah.
That's what we all need to do.
Or we.
So
Oh,
we all
wait,
need
you're
to
talking
do.
about Trump or the other guy?
I wish
Yes.
we all need to do
Yes.
And Shake,
Yes.
Theseus was telling you he
Some of
really
them are
liked
riggers
your.
and some I assume are nice people.
No, I was talking about Trump.
Hold on, there's something
did
in the
it for him
chat
last
about
week.
me, guys. Hold on.
Yeah,
What is
Theseus was trying to say he really liked your pen tweet with all your collection of art there.
Thank you so much, my friend. That means a lot to me. I do it for you.
See, and Theseus, you see how hard it is to get in a word when I am reading the chat. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll promise you, when it's about me, I'll stop everybody else as
Yeah.
hard as I can.
The most sane person on the plane is the guy wearing the Burger King helmet. Yeah, Dib,
Right?
I agree.
Is that in
It's
D-Live?
strange.
Did I miss that?
Yeah, that was in D Live.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dib,
shit, I gotta get
So you're
you on
missing-
that
I'm gonna
now.
love
There's
that they're
actually like
chewing
way
him out
more
for
action
yelling.
usually on.
Sir,
Do you
you're
laugh?
screaming. It's like, yeah, she just kneed me in the stomach. Of course I'm screaming.
Oh,
Are you gonna
and I
say something
figured
to her?
out-
Sir, but you're screaming.
And apparently, it's YouTube on all phones is having problems. It's not just my chat.
Mine
So,
seems to be
nothing-
working, but then again, I'm using a VPN, so that might be doing something fishy with
I'm
it.
in Bulgaria, so that would be.
I mean,
What's the
servers.
speed like in Bulgaria? I have to ask. What's
Oh,
the
it's
internet speed
awesome
like?
because we're part
Son
of
of
the
a bitch.
backbone. So everything that goes from Europe to Asia goes through Bulgaria.
You got some nice high speed.
But yeah, we got some nice high speed, and
That's
they,
pretty awesome.
and they have
Can you speak Bulgarian?
no.
No.
I'm learning.
Nah.
I'm learning.
How
but,
long until you do?
Good question. I don't know.
Listen, I need a date so I can make you speak it on that date.
I mean, I can. I know a little bit. You know,
Go
slowly
ahead,
learning.
please. Call me the most offensive thing that you can in Bulgarian.
Yeah, say the gamer word in Bulgarian.
I don't think. See, they don't even. They don't
It doesn't
have.
translate, I think. I think
Bullshit.
it's
Yeah.
the same everywhere.
Yeah, they just use the regular gamer word. Well, they don't have
In Dutch,
black.
it's
was gonna say,
neher. Neher.
Game,
So it's
game-
pretty much the same word.
They don't
gamer
have
word
black
is
people.
international language, right?
They don't have black people, so they don't really have a call for it. You know.
This Bulgaria is sounding better every time we talk about it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. 93% white.
Let me tell you guys something. It's
It's
really
mostly an
interesting. I
ethno
work-
state.
I work with a guy that is from the DR, and he said that he comes from basically like the woods, and he said that in like their village school that he had to walk to every day, they taught them that American black people were not to be trusted. They taught them this in the DR in the woods.
Wow,
And they were right.
that's crazy.
Where's the
Theseus,
lie?
My dad,
I
when my
think I
dad
do.
was in
Oh, Theseus was asking me a question. I think I do know Land Shark.
okay.
I'm not 100%.
Like the beer, it's excellent.
No, somebody that
Good
lives
beer,
in
good
Bulgaria,
It's a
probably
lager.
from Twitter. But and if anybody ever really wants to get a message in, they can do the text to speech on Streamlabs. Streamlabs.
And
Yeah,
it seems like if you're still on
Slash
YouTube,
friend
the chat's
report.
working.
and
Yeah.
send a $3
Land Shark's
donation,
cool.
and it'll read it text to speech. So you can
I
always
just
get
put a
everything
message in the
edgewise.
YouTube on my Hubs thing on your live stream, so it looks like the messaging is still working. The
Yeah, I could.
chat, just not the video. The video
mean,
is still the wheel spinning away.
On my computer, it's working just fine.
It's not
But
working on my computer.
yeah, but then when I tried to open it on my phone, I was getting nothing. And people were
Don't
talking about YouTube's down for.
It's back up on my phone.
Don't refresh, anyways. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Nothing will load on my computer on YouTube right now.
Because
My phone is back up. At the very least, I just loaded it and it popped right
here,
up.
I'll drop this into the group chat. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Like they're talking about YouTube's down everywhere, you know. So,
Yeah.
which apparently it's not everywhere because it's working for me on my computer, but not on my phone. So, but yeah, it's
Fuck YouTube.
Yeah,
Seriously, fuck the Wojcicki sisters. Fuck them and their
They're the
fucking
worst.
machinations.
And you know what's the worst about that? I'm sorry to cut you off. The
No,
fact
fine.
that what is she? The CEO. One of them is the CEO of 23andMe.
Yep.
And she's
Yeah,
married to
Susan.
the dude from the leader Alphabet.
Oh,
This
Yep.
shit is
Never mind.
real deep. Like if you are talking about
yeah.
like, data mining, it goes to every level that we have.
It's
Genetic.
the same problem when you look at the media and everyone's like, oh, why are the media such shills? Well, yeah, half them are married to people in the DNC or active Democrats right now or shilled Republicans. Like they're all intermarried
all
and
of
connected.
them. They're all in the tribe.
Yeah, they're all connected to intelligence and the tribe.
Yeah. That's why people are like, "Oh, get your 23andMe," and I'm like, "Dude, I know my family history. I'm not giving them K's my fucking DNA, so I can put it in the database."
Right now, one of the most valuable commodities is information and metadata, like the mass data. That is,
They can make regions. Like if they get enough DNA samples, they can literally make regions that are susceptible to like. So then they would infiltrate.
Well, isn't that was the whole thing with COVID? They said that COVID affected people with specific blood types more than others.
Yep.
It affected specific races more than others.
Right, and even like not like the pandemic. That's like the highest scale of, but even at a low, even at the lower level, like doctors, then they know what to prescribe to people, like as far as pharmaceuticals, like especially for the your brain, they know what to give to a certain region. If they have a DNA analysis of a certain region, then that actually they use DNA or the DNA to actually make medication now.
I'll just say something on a side topic here because you brought up pharmaceuticals. Okay, so I had to go to a dermatologist today. You guys heard me filling out the paperwork for it yesterday with the whole gender and where were you born. They
have 50
what gender do you want to be?
questions
What
and
pronouns
shit.
should we call? Anyways, so they
For a
prescribed me some meds
dermatologist?
because
God.
I have severe eczema. So they prescribed me some meds. I had to get this shampoo. Now through my insurance, like I fucking the shit that Trump got done, and of course it won't go through until January, so they can give all the credit to hopefully for them hopefully
Right.
Biden if Trump doesn't fucking pull through.
I worked for an
Anyways,
insurance company for 5 years. I get what you're saying.
I go to fucking get my shampoo, right? That's one of the meds. After insurance, it was still $75. I asked the guy, how much was it before insurance? $300
Yeah.
for fucking shampoo.
Yeah.
That I got to use for
Jesus
2 weeks.
Christ.
Then I had to get she gave me, my doctor I saw, she gave me 3 prescriptions. She said, if you can't get this one because of the price, then get these 2. So obviously I got the 2 that were only $10 for the 2 of them after insurance. The one was brand new.
Yeah.
After insurance, it was $700 fucking dollars.
Hey.
For a fucking
Yep.
topical cream for eczema.
Damn.
Because you have
That
a high
was
deductible.
after insurance. I was like, how much was it before insurance? So fucking $2,000? What the fuck?
That's why, dude. Here in Bulgaria, everything like that is so cheap. Like dental work.
Yeah, but that's because you're small. It's so difficult to compare American to any European country because the scale is just it's uncomparable.
Plus, we have all those illegals over here that just run up medical bills and never pay them.
That's the
Even-
issue.
Yeah.
Although I
Even-
guess
even-
a lot of Europe has that now too, but
Even
not
if-
No, 'cause
Bulgaria.
they don't have illegals. All those people are considered refugees, and they all have privileged status. Where most of them get over $1,000 a month just being in whatever country they're in.
I mean,
Or
they
they'll
basically
clear out a
Euro.
4-star
Sorry,
hotel
Euro.
just to move them
they
all in.
basically got privileged status in most American states these days too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Canada, we have the socialized medical system and all that, but they don't pay for any of your drugs, dude. Like you're on your own.
Yep.
If you're a new immigrant or a refugee or something, everything's covered, boy. But if you're a working person, you don't get any of that stuff.
No, then they
you're
wonder why
drugs.
people get so pissed about them letting in all these migrants and refugees. Like, why do you think people get pissed? Why the fuck should I have to pay $300 for a freaking topical cream and then freaking Punjab is getting it for free?
And
Listen,
Him and his
I-
20
Yeah.
fucking
we have
family
to hear
members.
all
and
that
these
shit.
years it's not
Hey,
just the
it's our
Hispanics
strength.
and blacks,
It's a
like
good thing.
and like the tech jobs that we were all supposed to replace all the manufacturing jobs that left.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all went to fucking
They
India.
all went to
Yeah,
because
but-
the H-1Bs from India and shit.
Yeah,
because
but-
they'll
but
work
just-
for fucking like
Yeah,
$12
but it's not enough
an
that
hour.
they come over and get a job. They come over and they bring everybody from their freaking great aunts. Like, oh,
I was just gonna say, I live in an area in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, hey, remember that meme? Just learn to code, bro. Okay, I learned to code, and now Punjabi is taking
Yeah.
my job anyway. So what the
And
fuck?
all the
For
websites
half
are
the
going to
pay.
shit because Indian coders are fucking crap. You
Yep.
know,
Mhm.
Textbook, yeah.
All the pharmacies down here are all Indians. All
they don't even know
There's
really
not one
what they're
pharmacist
doing.
that's not Indian down here.
Well, and the whole I was talking about this the other day. The whole learn
I
to
know
code shit is like
I know one who's white.
as a developer, like
You had to prove me
most
wrong.
people, most developers don't really know what they're doing. Like it's not something. It takes a specific type of person to be able to actually effectively do it. You know, like I can't do art for shit, but I can code the fuck out of something.
Yeah.
You know. But to like, and if you're just writing fucking like script kiddies and shit like that, then sure.
It sounds like some kind
Anybody
of
could do
weird
that.
furry thing, script kitty.
Oh, it's just people who take like pre-written code and put it together, kind of.
Okay,
but
bro.
to actually like think of your own algorithms and figure out how to do it and all that shit, like, not many people can actually do that.
Alex F.
Compiling your own
in
code
the
is
chat
fucking
says
suicide.
YouTube is shot. Which one of you sounds like Sarah Sanders? Ride
Yeah,
the Walrus.
I think they're talking about me. Who the fuck
sure
is Sarah
hope
Sanders?
so.
Is that Sarah Huckabee Sanders? Who?
I mean, it would have to be you because I'm pretty sure I
Yeah, I'm the
don't
only
sound
girl
like
here.
Sarah Sanders.
Which one of you sounds like Sarah Sanders? And I'm like, well, who the fuck is Sarah Sanders?
You have a little bit of that southern twang. Now that I'm thinking about it, I
thought it was.
can hear it a little bit. You have that you have that very confident like. Yeah, I hear it. All
I'm
right.
just a ball buster. That's all.
That
I
is.
sound like a ball buster because I'm a ball buster.
You definitely do. I agree with you on that one.
I bust balls all the time, but you know why? Because most of the balls are fucking pussy balls. They're pussy balls.
Pussy
They
balls.
don't even have testosterone in them anymore. They're
It goes-
filled with soy
Why
latte.
you busted my
Tweet that.
balls?
It
They're all
goes
filled
with the feminine
balls.
penises.
Starbucks soy latte. They're just like, oh my god, she's so mean.
You do. You sound like an Italian wife, a New Jersey wife, or something.
Well,
No,
I'm
if you
Southern
say
New York, I'm half
Italian, New
Italian,
Jersey
though. She
wife,
is an
you
Italian
basically
wife.
mean Jewish.
I am. I'm half
Or
Italian.
Italian.
She is. She's half Italian.
I'm an Itai.
And
I'm
she-
half
Actually,
Irish too.
Or
I
Irish
was,
and
I
she's
was,
half
I was
Italian,
actually
so.
making fun of this Italian guy at work one day, and he got all offended, and I was like, "Bro, it's fine. I married half an Italian. I can say that stuff."
I'm super Italian, and I use WAP and Dago and Guinea all
I'm
the
not
time.
rissist. I got a black friend.
Exactly. That's exactly how it is.
It's like that corny joke, right? The Italian tire joke. They go through mud, they go through snow,
Oh,
they go
yeah,
through
yeah,
rain, but when they go flat, they go wop, 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 wop.
Because who was it that was talking about Dagoos at the beginning of the show?
That was me. That was
Yeah.
Oh, was it Goop? No. Oh, okay.
Dagoos. I got them in some cages behind me.
Yeah. That's all I could think of was Dagoos. Like,
Dago Red 08.
I got a little wheel for them. They're fine.
right. Because according to Cuomo, Trump is anti-Italian, remember? So did you see that? Where he was going off like, if I wasn't the governor, I would have decked him."
Okay, I'm gonna rant real quick. I have to just say something here. It's funny to me that all right, so in my opinion, the slave labor, and I'm using slave in quotes that everybody talks about with like black people, and it's like if
Labor
you're
in
considering
quotes.
black slave labor, it's Italian and Irish people are way higher up on that list for
Oh, big
American
time.
production and ingenuity. Well, not ingenuity because again they were just
But-
kind of. But hold on,
Even
also,
Yeah, sorry.
just the Japanese too. They were in there too, and I think they were higher than the black people too because they built railroads and the black people did it like.
I tell you, it was messed up. When the Irish came over here in the late 1800s, it was after slavery was already abolished, or at least on its way out for the most part. And there was a lot of black-owned businesses, right? And they had signs up saying Irish need not apply. But they talk about like, oh, how it's racist. And this is like, are you fucking kidding me? My ancestors were way more oppressed than yours. The fuck?
But
You got to own a
once
business.
again, the suffering Olympics is it's a dead end, right?
Of
What's
course, but
important is not. Well, the important thing isn't that the Italians or the Irish suffered; it's the fact that they actually built useful things, and that's what we got to remember.
Well, it's fucked up because like how many Irish
this,
people were actual slaves, and you can't say that because they didn't use the term slave. They called them indentured servants or tenant farmers. It's like that's the same fucking thing, you jackass.
But fuck them. They picked cotton, and the Irish were digging canals and building roads and bridges and buildings,
skyscrapers.
Yeah, the Chinese were planting the fucking
with no
dynamite in the
harnesses.
mountains to
and
put the railroad
it's.
through.
I think I brought this up a couple of days ago, talking about the Rideau Canal in Canada. It was dug by hand in the early 1800s, 1830 around, by Irish immigrants. Man, like they built it, and it's still there and functioning today.
Didn't we give them a deal? Like, if you dig this fucking ditch, we'll give you some property, some money, and dig this ditch.
My great grandfather came in through the building of the Panama Canal.
Yeah,
interesting.
But
that's they
thing is
did those things. There was exchanges
they were good enough to be
labor.
They were good enough to be skilled labor. Now with the Rideau Canal, all the stone cutters were Scottish. Like when you got to that level of skill, they got Scottish people in.
You needed the Scots.
Yeah, but
my family came from Scotland in like the 1600s. They're
whole towns that are, half of them have the same last name, and they're Irish immigrants. And as soon as the canal was done, their section of the canal was done, they got farmland.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
They're like, here's a free 10
acres.
acres.
We're strictly Anglo-Saxon, so I was never really oppressed.
Hey, Johnny. Johnny, I wanted to ask you about something. Is Johnny still on here?
Oh,
did we lose him?
He's still here, but
yeah, but he's driving, so he might be like.
Oh. Hey, I got a question to ask you guys.
Upside down.
But I wanted to ask him about the.
Oh no, sorry, I'm what was going on?
I wanted to. The one time you can't. The one time you want him, you can't. You can't get him to talk when you're trying to ask him a question.
You're cleaning the blood from the bumper.
Sorry, I'm looking at titties on Twitter. Sorry about that.
Oh, all right. But I wanted to ask you about the trucker strike. Wanted to ask you about this trucker strike that's supposed to start. What's up with that?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything going on, and I'm going to be home for the 29th is when it's supposed to take place because I'm going to be home for Thanksgiving. So I don't like Trucker Friend said, 99% of truckers fucking hate each other because, the most like for me example, the majority of the people I get fucking mad at on the road are other truck drivers.
Because you're fighting for lot lizards?
No, no, I surprisingly I have seen zero prostitutes at truck stops. They nip that shit in the bud.
Well, because it's all flying J's
on the road.
Because it's all flying J's and pilots and what's the other one? Flying J pilot and.
What are you talking about? Truck stops?
Yeah. But there's not the small private truck stops like there used to be.
There are. There's just not a lot of them.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them. But like,
thanks to COVID, they're all using the glory holes now, aren't they?
Oh God, glory
holes. As per
I never understood that. I really never understood that.
Yeah,
as per health department instructions.
There's a hole in the wall. I think I'm gonna stick my dick in it. That's like
health department actually said it was a good idea.
Yeah. From the British Columbia Health Department. What a job.
I gotta be honest. Like if I see a fucking hole in the wall, I don't want to stick a finger in it. I can't imagine. Like, let me stick my sex organ in it. It's so weird.
And
I would never do that either.
But on the other end, who's sucking it is not diseased or bites it off.
Yeah, or
or any
even just splinters, dude.
Bad things.
Even just splinters.
Yeah, I don't want to stick my dick in something where, it's like you stick your dick in and you don't get it back. That's like a horror story.
Yeah,
that's
the
a horror
risk.
story.
The risk definitely outweighs the reward. That's for sure.
Glory hole, the horror.
The shitty magic show.
Have you seen that? There was a show. I think it was like The Shield or something from several years ago, where there was a, you know, it's like a cop show, and one of the little subplots was this guy was going into these, you know, homosexual establishments where they have the glory holes, and the gay guys would stick their dicks through the hole, and they would put a mousetrap on it.
Ooh.
Because the guy was like on some anti-gay crusade or something.
That
Like, hey, that guy's
through
pretty
the-
based.
That would hurt like a bitch, but I don't think it would cut your dick off.
No,
I mean,
no.
I
Well,
think, I think it was
politely.
more than a mousetrap. It was
Every-
something like
Every
really
single
bad.
time they look at a glory hole, they will
Ambulance had to
fucking
come.
think of that mousetrap. They'll be like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
they'll never glory hole again.
No, you're talking about the same people who are doing the fucking, what was it, the standard fuck party? Do you remember that meme?
Yeah.
The
Like, they don't
standard
give a fuck.
Party. No, I do
You
not.
don't remember that? Shit.
Yeah.
Turned into the standard pool party.
The what?
Is it
Oh,
from
so
the standard
it's-
hotel?
TRS fucking shit. If you remember those. No, there was some fucking documentary video
It's
that
just
was
like
going
Rory
around
Yeah.
about these. I think they're like Florida homosexuals. They have their standard fuck party. It's I
I
guess
don't
that's
know.
2016 memes, man.
I don't know. I missed that.
you
one
youngins wouldn't remember that.
somehow. I missed that one somehow.
I missed that too.
I don't.
Was that
know
when
I
any-
don't
Hillary
miss
was
it
president?
actually, but I missed it.
Yeah, I know nothing of gay sex parties.
I'm about to have to call the Horn Patrol on this conversation.
They're
Oh shit!
they're constantly getting caught. Like fucking what's his name? The guy from Wham.
Yeah, I remember that. George Michael
Yeah,
got
yeah.
caught
George
fucking
Michael.
in the bushes.
Okay,
Some
a
fucking-
No, it was a porta
multi-millionaire.
potty. It was a porta
Yeah,
potty.
Some
but
fucking
A
bathroom.
multimillionaire.
Can't just bring his
And what are
faggots to his house for sex.
repeatedly caught.
It's not dirty enough. It's
repeatedly
not.
caught in fucking.
That's you're right.
That's the thing,
not
though.
dirty
It's
enough.
not dirty enough for him to just bring these homos to his mansion because you know
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's about feeling ashamed and degenerate. I mean, that's the whole point of them
it's-
being
it's
gay
a
in the
sickness.
fucking first
Public.
place. So that wasn't enough.
It's
So
a
they have to
sickness.
do it in a
No
dirty
matter-
My
shitter.
question about George Michael is, how do you listen to Wham and be surprised that he was gay?
Wake me up.
How was that a
Adam,
surprise?
With
in
that
any-
friggin'
Let me
cross
tell you
earring
what.
in the one ear.
That
it's
song,
dangling.
was it Everything She Wants? That's a pretty fucking good song.
I
Sorry,
don't
I'll
know.
say it. I don't care.
Okay.
I'll fucking say it.
And I've had the pleasure of explaining to women for decades now that those songs aren't about girls like you, man. They're about little boys and guys in fucking.
I'm sure they
bathrooms.
are. It's just the beat. You can take
Every
the words
single
away.
fucking one
It's
of
the
them.
music. The beat.
Not
and the
sure,
music
yeah,
of that
I'm-
song. It's a good fucking
I'm
song,
not
man.
gonna get in an argument about whether or not you like his music or not. I'm just saying, so many girls I know used to go, "Oh, this song, yeah, I really like this one." I'm like, it's not about that. It's not about what you think it is.
See, I was never a fan
Awesome
because
Kingdom?
he sounded gay to me, so I don't really know
Yeah.
his music.
Yeah,
But I was just like, how is that a surprise?
Well, fuck it.
Like, Jesus.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of kind of male pop stars in the '80s looked, super gay, but they were. That's the thing, right? Like, and then
That
just
song
look
by
at
the
they were.
Toadies. Everybody loves Possum Kingdom, but it's just about raping people by a lake.
Yeah.
Well, in like the 80s, but some of the bands like Poison or whatever, so the guys wore makeup and shit, but somehow they were getting all the chicks, Motley Crue and shit.
Well, that's because they started it. It wasn't really before then. They'd wear really tight spandex and clothes that if you wore these days, you'd get beat the fuck up.
Yep.
Because for good reason. I mean, look at Kiss.
Yep. Look at Twisted Sister.
Twisted, right, dude. D. Snyder. Granted, he did a lot for the free speech in the music industry, but he looks like a fucking doof.
Hey, my hub's about to send something in
goes
your
off
group chat
about
here on
gays,
Twitter.
though.
I don't know if
ever
you
heard
guys
of-
have seen this. It's from, who's it from? Fake News Report, and it's a video of Joe Biden back when he first got in
Saying the
the
N word.
Senate, when he was the youngest senator, youngest congressman, and he's being interviewed, and the guy's like, well, you get in, why people who think the system is corrupt, but you get in, so you're obvious proof that it's not corrupt. The first thing out of his mouth was, well, I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm not corrupt.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Oh yeah.
Joe Biden,
Crazy.
you got elected. You're not corrupt. Like, whoa, not so fast there.
You just dropped the video. Well, it was a tweet with the video in your group chat there.
like insulted, like, "Hey, what are you saying? I'm squeaky clean? Come on now, I'm as corrupt as the rest of them. You son of a bitch! You dog-faced pony soldier."
I mean, it's literally talking about him too. He's like, even a state as small as Delaware, you need a lot of money to run, so you got to go to the people that have the money, and
Come on, man, saying I ain't corrupt? Fuck you, man.
Unless you're Donald Trump, because you had a lot of money, so you didn't have to go to anybody for fucking money to run, because you used your own goddamn money to run.
Listen, fat.
Listen, fat.
It's a big
look. Here's the deal.
But his taxes.
Hey, on a side note, I was gonna ask you guys this. You guys, any of you guys on BitChute by any chance?
Not yet. That's
Yep.
my next D-Live and BitChute at the same time for the.
Well,
the
have you guys heard of this guy called Martinez Perspective?
No.
I highly recommend that you go check him out. I bet you guys have seen little clips of him on Twitter floating around. He does these like one-on-one videos, the random stranger videos. What's it called? Omegle or something?
Omegle, yeah.
Omegle.
Yeah, Omegle.
He's not the Matador, is he?
He's the based guy that every time he's on there, he's like, yeah, that's because the fucking Jews own everything. That's because
He's like a Spanish dude, the Matador?
Yeah, Martinez Perspective.
I gotta
could you send that?
I gotta get fuel, so I'm gonna go quiet.
Can you drop one of his BitChutes in the group chat?
Yeah, drop, because I think I know who you're talking
It
about.
is fucking hysterical, dude. When he's talking to like a gay guy or a chick, just anybody he talks to, almost every video, I'm dying. I'm laughing.
Not the Joker guy, right?
What's that?
Not the guy that dresses like the Joker, right?
No, he's just this like Hispanic-looking guy, but he's
a Hispanic-looking guy. Yeah.
He's Spanish, not really Hispanic, because he's got like
He's a white-looking dude that's really,
he's got the green
really
eyes
big.
and the light skin.
Clearly identical. Oh, looks like BitChute's slow too.
But it's called Martinez Perspective.
Looks like the Burger King is still breaking the internet.
There you go.
My
What's
YouTube
that?
started loading now. My YouTube's playing.
Yeah, it was just
I kept
down
seeing
for
him
a
on
minute.
Twitter when I was still on Twitter, and I'm like, I gotta fucking find this guy. And then I'm reading through the comments, and somebody was like, "Here's his BitChute," and I'm like, "Holy shit!" And I showed it to my husband. He's like, "Oh, thank you so much," because we were looking for him every time we saw one of his little clips, these little 2-minute clips.
Yeah, the Matador. Yeah, something Matador on, and every time you post that, it tells you that the link is unsafe or like it's unsavory content.
Anytime you post a BitChute link, it'll say that same shit.
Is that the same?
BitChute.
Why does Hillary Clinton now look like?
Could have sworn his name was the Matador or something Matador at some point.
It's Martinez Perspective on.
That's what he's called, but I think he calls himself the Matador or something like that.
Is that the
On
same guy
Omegle.
where the kid is crying and he's like, I just got made fun of for being gay, and then he's just like,
No, that's the Joker guy. That's the Joker.
Are you talking
guy.
about
This is a different
Cowboy
guy.
Cammy?
No, that's
He
a
was
different
doing
one.
some. He was
He was
doing some
live the
funny
other
stuff
night,
on,
yeah.
He was. Have you ever seen the one where he's doing it on Meagle?
Yeah.
He's doing the, I'm a trans nigga.
What's this guy's name?
He's in
Martinez?
blackface and he's got
Martinez
like a bucket of
Perspective.
chicken and shit.
Perspective.
I think he just dropped. My
He
husband
did,
just
yeah,
dropped
it's
one
in
of his
the-
videos in Jake's group chat there, Jacob's group chat. I'm gonna call you Jake.
Yeah, I was actually. I got distracted. I went to pull that up.
Everyone but Riley. Yeah.
Yeah, the two sweetest girls who aren't shit libs.
Yeah.
An error has occurred. Of course, BitChute. Fucking.
An error has occurred. That's probably not even one of the funny
Oh, and the
ones.
Biden one here. I'll drop the link.
It's
to the
so
Biden
much
one.
better when you go to one of the ones where he confronts like a fag or a Jew. Oh, the undercover Jews. I've seen at least 2 on his channel that are undercover Jews. Like he's talking to somebody about the JQ, and then by the end of the video, it's revealed. Of course, that's why you don't understand anything I'm saying to you, because you're part of the tribe.
Yeah, it's never. Yeah, it always takes a little bit, and then at the end of it, you're like, oh, now everything makes sense.
Okay, I'll have to listen to this channel later, man. This is good. First video, Irish dyke gets smacked down by Spaniard Chad. That sounds pretty good. That's my kind of content, boy.
That's right.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that Brian's bitching right now that more than twice as many people are watching us? And he's like, "We don't have any topics."
Brian.
What are your topics? Cat Kitchen.
The virgin topic picker versus the Chad fucking talking the hell I want about. What are we talking about again? Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Just keep talking.
All kind of base shit.
Come on, that's
Well, that's the thing. Like for
Brian's
the
sorry.
podcast that we
Don't
do,
be mean to
I get a bunch of notes ready and I give it to the people. If they don't want to look at it, then it's moot. It's just if people are interested, or if there's dead air,
or if we find And I'm always like checking.
for that.
I don't really care if people are interested in what I say. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want.
And
Well,
while we're
that's what
streaming, I'm always checking like Zero Hedge and Revolver and stuff to see if anything in Twitter to see if anything's breaking. You know,
What's
Right.
popping?
Yeah.
see what's
But
popping.
I mean,
Face from back in the day.
if we want to have, if you want to have topics or whatever, that's cool and all, and we can prepare and shit. But
Actually, on Friday, we on the Two Base for Twitter podcast, we have some campaign managers for somebody who was at.
Somebody's
the
got
second
some
Q rally.
background noise going on. What's that?
if somebody's watching the Spanish.
It's Mike and Aaron.
Sorry, should mute. I should mute. I always forget to mute. Oh, now he plugged in. See.
There you go. That works too.
It was Trump from like the 90s, and he's talking. I saw a longer clip of this.
Looks
But
like
he
he's in
said
front of
like
some
he's like
Senate.
some committee, yeah, and he's just
Probably
like talking to
New
these
York State Senate board.
he's like Congress people, and he's like, this is just a joke. You listening to you people pretend like there's no organized crime, and I think it was something to do with casinos. It's like it's just laughable. He's like, everybody knows what's going on, and you people are like, oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
did you
they'll pay a lot
guys
of
see
money
that
for you
was
to
floating
sign up.
around today? That was like they were talking about Soros as one of the main, is like the majority owner of fucking Parler.
Yeah.
Parlay, like the really?
Parler,
Is that what it's called? I thought it was called parlay.
whatever.
Speak
Yeah,
American, buddy.
I can believe it. You know
Right.
what? We had a buddy who was
I'm
trying
a
to get us to
Texan,
go
damn it.
there.
I say Parler.
He was like, "Come on, man, that's Dan Bongino. Come on, we got to go there." And I'm like, "No, I already have enough social media. I'm not fucking joining another one. I don't give a shit." He's like,
I
"But
downloaded
who do you
it.
want there?" And it's like all fucking. It's the same conservatives saying the same
Yeah.
fucking shit.
Otter friend,
It's-
I'm not sure what his username. Do you know what the Joker's username on BitChute is? Someone
Oh
was
shit!
looking for it.
Oh shit!
I've only
Isn't it
watched this stuff
Gypsy
when I-
Crusader or some
Yes,
shit?
Gypsy
Yeah.
Crusader. That's
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
I've only
about.
watched this stuff when it's reposted on Twitter.
Yeah,
I've
and then you
gone
have
to
to
his
see the
page a
full
couple
clip.
times. Some of them are good. Some of them are pretty shot. Some of them are real good. Like it's hit and miss. It all depends on the people he gets.
There
You
was-
know,
there was-
because he's a shock content. He's
Yeah.
like the Kiss of content creators.
Yeah.
Like when you think of it, he puts makeup on. He just to get. I mean, that's
Yeah,
his
yeah.
gig.
Dresses as a rabbi.
Wait, what?
There
Yeah, he
was one-
dresses up as a rabbi once.
Oh, I didn't
There's-
see that one. I'd watch that one. For
He was
sure.
collecting
one-
foreskins.
Oh, there was one where he gets this really kind of wignat chick on, and it's like they're kind of going back and forth, but there's nothing to talk about because she's not going to be shocked by anything that he says, right? So there's nothing to build up to or anything. It was kind of funny. It was like a letdown video. You're like, oh, yeah, based. Yeah, she's a cool wignat or something. You know, she's like right on this. You know, she's gonna say the gamer word, and it's just like kind of lame. You need that. You
He
need the
simped for a
contrast.
girl the other day. I saw.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, the girl, like I think she had either a Burger King crown on or like the skull mask, one of the two, or maybe both.
Yeah, you know, it was both. It was both.
was
That's
both,
what I was
yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, right. He was just like, yeah, he couldn't say anything to her, and he was just
Yeah.
like, oh, queen.
nothing to-
Like, yeah, he simped for a little bit, but like, I get it. What else would you do in that situation if you're the guy that plays the Joker and calls little kids faggots?
Well,
and
this is
stuff?
it.
Like,
It spoils the joke when there isn't a contrast, right?
Oh, that was Fox News that was saying that Soros is the majority owner of Parler.
Well, not only that, I just saw something really interesting.
Yeah, it was somebody else
can
talking
believe it,
about
man.
it, but apparently
I said
Fox reported on it.
When that Parler came up, I was saying it when a buddy of ours who no longer wants to be our buddy for some bullshit reason, when he decided to fucking flee Twitter and that's where he's gonna go now because he's following Dan Bongino, the fucking Pied Piper. I kept saying, I'm like, dude, that feels like a
Conservative
fucking
Inc.
trap.
Yeah.
Everybody said that
Yeah.
about Gab. Oh, Gab's a trap. It's like, no, it's really
it's a
not.
big bubble.
No, it just sucks.
Gab's not even a bubble either. Gab's gotten a lot better. I mean, it's no longer the fucking beta version, but it still has some improvement to do. But Gab at least, like, nobody will carry it. You've got to fucking go out to
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
the app for it. which there is one, but you have to go and find it because none of the stores will carry it. Why? Because it's actually fucking free speech.
Yeah.
There's left-wing people on there. There's right-wing people on there, but you can still sit there and blast rigor all you fucking want, all goddamn day. Go fly a kite all day long on that, and nobody will do nothing. Nothing happens to you. But, you know, Parler, it just seemed like a rounding up. Like, yeah, let's get all these idiots, all these Trumpers, all these Trump train. We'll get them all right in one place.
Like a candid 2.0.
Yeah, but here's also the other problem of the alternate alternate site is that it's and you just kind of pointed at it was you're creating a gulag for yourself, right? You're or ghettoizing yourself, and the whole point about Twitter,
you're doing their job for them because
the reason I got on Twitter and the reason I
they're not trying to stop us from talking to each other because they're trying to stop us. They're trying to stop us from talking to everybody else.
People. And this was it, right? Like. The only reason I had 6 suspended accounts at once, I kept trying to find new ways of getting accounts on Twitter, was because we were interacting with the normies. That was the whole point of it, right? Every time they tried to do something, this is mainstream, and it was like the Ghostbusters thing, man. Like, we forced one of their, in quotation, stars to have a public meltdown. You can't do that if you're in your basement only talking to your own group.
That's exactly what I said. People used to say it about Gab, but Gab was open to anybody. I mean,
I downloaded Parler the other day, and they started wanting too much information. They wanted my phone number, and they wouldn't take my fucking Google Voice number. So I'm like, well,
I didn't have to. I don't know. I got Gab way back when my account was like back when it was first starting. So
yeah, same here.
I don't think they have any of that kind of. They just ask for an email. So
I think
All right, and for the most part, the phone number is just to prevent bots from signing up.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but that's like the one surefire
But at least,
way.
unlike fucking Parler, there is another presence on Gab.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like I get the addiction to Twitter because you got all those fucking celebrities on there and their minions. You've got so many of these brain dead morons on there, and it's just so much fun. It's like I had my Twitter account locked for the longest time to stop myself from interacting with them. Because when I interact with them, I get gassed because I can't fucking help myself. I got to push the button, I got to cross the line, and then I get cut off. But you know, what's the fun? What's the fun when you're locked away and you could sit there and I could scream anything and say whatever I want, but they can't see it. I can't get their fucking reaction and watch them flip out from me saying something. They're, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. She's such a Nazi. She's a literal anti-Semite.
Oh, you just get a retweet and then a little thing on top. It's like, this person is evil. It's a Nazi.
Yep. Yep. Fuckers. They're always there. They're always trying to stop you, though. You know. Have you guys ever converted a normie?
Yeah. Quite a bunch of them, actually.
Yeah, it's actually.
I mean, I've been doing this for
the past year and a half. It wasn't hard.
My wife was a normie when I met her.
Yeah, I've been doing it since before 9/11, so like.
Okay, well, let me.
That time, I've definitely.
How far have you converted a normie? Converted them from where to where?
From a complete lefty to Q. Like really, like to the farthest to the right.
Well, Q is not the farthest to the right.
Well, okay, you're right.
Q is where you go when you start looking into the fact that there's a giant ring of satanic pedophile elites who like to eat babies.
No, there was a part of that, but it's really more like the Q stuff that. All right, so you're right. That's a huge part of Q, but there's also a big part of Q that people don't really realize, where it's just at base level exposing,
pedophiles,
like corruption, and giving people like a little bit of push to keep researching for themselves, and that's where that shock stuff comes into play.
Well, have you ever got a normie to see the JQ at all?
Oh yeah. It's not hard. It's really like when you, especially if they trust you, have to do it in segments. You can't unload the J spot on immediately. If you do that, you could basically guarantee it's not going to happen.
There's a few routes you can take. Like I usually start with Israel. Depends on who I'm talking to, but Israel's a good route to take it to go from. So because that kind of puts it's
also. The noticing thing is a big key. I got a coworker that he's a slow learner. He's coming around, but now he's like he went from just not caring about anything to he's like I guess he's a Trumper. He's a he's past conservative, but he's full on Trumper without stepping past. He won't go any further than I got him himself.
Normie adjacent.
Yeah. But the JQ, I can't, like, I've gotten to the point where we can joke about it. I can make Holocaust jokes, and he does too, right? Like, if somebody says something Jewish, he kind of goes, air raid over there. He's got the
Not
oven
so
ready.
fast.
He's got the oven ready.
I'm good though.
But, seriously. But I can't get him into any kind of like serious JQ stuff. But when he starts talking about these people that are causing problems, and I go, do you notice anything about the names? And now I've got him to the point where when he says the name, he says it first, and he stops, and then he does it in the voice, right? He goes Kushner, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, Kushner." So it's coming along, right? Like a little at a time. And then I've got somebody that a lot of you people know in the pond that I kind of red pilled pretty hard. Won't tell you who though. I created a monster.
Yeah, nice.
Well, that's good.
No, now we want to know.
Hey, the good monsters.
Never
We want to
tell.
know what this monster is.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows who lives in my basement. Who needs to know?
Oh, except for
Yeah,
us.
I know.
We get to stay in the
What?
dark.
I know.
Millennial woes.
I know who lives in your
Yeah,
basement.
it came from like now. This person wasn't 100% the normie. Like they were already smarter than the average bear, but they weren't into any of this stuff. They didn't know anything about it. Right?
And a lot of it, like the media route, is another good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Because
mention,
you start telling them about media manipulation, then you start working. And why are they all Jewish? You know.
yeah,
I mean,
We brought
absolutely.
up the other day where they're like,
Yeah, I mentioned to my coworker, I
It's
was
like,
like,
God.
yeah, you know George Soros, right? Well, yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah, that Jewish billionaire. Like, what? He's Jewish? Oh.
It's
the other
starting
one
to creep
was
out more and
just
more
like,
and more,
those
right?
Evilist, globalist bankers, and then somebody comes up, they're like, stop being an anti-Semite. And they're like, what are you talking about?
Ooh,
No,
yeah.
That's a win. That's a win,
Bankers,
dude.
the hell?
That is a
It's
win.
not your
Primarily
fault that
Jewish.
1.8% of the population controls the media, the banks, and all. Like it's
Which-
not your
yeah.
fault. That's to
Higher
your advantage in a
education.
conversation.
They
If
have
you're
like
ever
they have like
40%
how many
Yeah.
seats in Congress, and they're like, you know
Well,
what I
it's
mean?
been pointed out so much that they have to like accept that. Well, okay, yeah, obviously
'Cause they're
they yeah,
smarter.
because they're so smart.
They're so smart, they deserve
But-
it.
yeah.
You know, I think the Israel route is a good one too. Like, did you guys see
Yep.
the other? I think it was a couple weeks ago. Our Congress tried to pass a bill
Same
that would have
difference.
given veto power. That would have given Israel veto power. Yeah, same thing, right? Congress, Israel.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
They tried to pass a bill that would give Israel veto power over like foreign or
Our foreign policy.
what was it exactly? Yeah, our foreign policy in the Middle
Yeah.
East, like gun deals that were going to be.
What
if
the
we wanted to sell
fuck?
a bunch of guns
Every-
or planes or whatever to a Middle Eastern country, Israel would get to say, no, we don't approve of that one.
Dude,
Okay, before you
know.
guys got into the in here, I brought this up about Israel, and I want as
Thankfully
many
it didn't
views
pass.
as this. What's that?
I said, thankfully it didn't pass. It was only like a few votes towards it, but still, just the fact that they brought that to a vote is insane.
yeah, no, it's crazy.
It is
Sorry
pretty
to- sorry
to cut
yeah,
you off.
just the fact that it would even make it to the floor is fucking crazy.
So, what do you guys think about what's gonna happen with Israel now that they like went straight for Biden? Trump unfollowed him. He made all these historic deals with them. They
Yeah.
named the heights after him. All these things,
And
that
like
Trump was,
right
like,
after that,
all
they
of us,
fucking-
all of us were like, "What the fuck is happening? Why is he so pro? Like, why is this happening?"
Yeah.
But now, maybe this is why it took all this time to get to this one point, and this is just me trying to be as white-pilled as absolutely possible. Like all these other countries that he got to accept them, us. Like, what's the line? Did they cross it? Like, are we like, okay, what the fuck now? Like,
Well, once again, he's not stupid, right? So it's not like he's gonna not notice it. You know, whether or not he's gonna do anything effective is another story. But it's also not only is it him, but it's everybody else who likes Trump is gonna notice it.
That'd be funny if there was like a comedy video of Trump, just like reading poll video, going through 4chan and poll,
That'd be
and then he's like, Jesus, it really is the Jews, and then like next scene, Benjamin Netanyahu, unfollow, click. First step.
That is that all right. So I always say, like, when the gays sued that Christian guy in North or South Carolina about the cake, that was the slippery top of the slippery slope, and then we've been going down since then. Is that the top of the slippery slope for Israel? What just happened? Because I kind of feel like it is.
We can only hope.
I always thought about that cake story. It's so stupid. If you were a
gotta
gay
be
couple
honest,
and they
though.
refused your cake, why the hell would you demand for that person to make your cake?
They just wouldn't decorate it.
Okay, it's like, why would you want them to make
It's so
your
funny.
cake and
I'd be like,
sue
yeah, I'll
for
decorate
it?
Yeah,
your fucking
well,
cake, and I'd
right.
fill it
Because
with
you know
why?
goddamn
'Cause they
dog
You know
shit.
why? Because they wanted to
Exactly,
force
they
their
wanted to
fucking
show.
bullshit.
It's
on you.
power. It's part of the communist
wasn't-
takeover. It's all about
Well,
power.
It was
It's all about power.
It wasn't
yeah.
even
Go
about
fund
that
my legal
bakery.
case.
It wasn't
they
about
went
that
around to
bakery.
find that bakery.
Yeah,
They went
it was
around
Yeah,
to
that-
because
the
there's several other
Every
bakeries
bakery
where you can
has
make
to
the
do
cake
it.
before
But-
they even went there.
They found the
That-
bakery that refused them. That's
Yeah.
what they were looking for.
Yeah.
But that wasn't about that bakery. That was about a message to everybody else. You do what
Yeah.
we tell you to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're
That's
here,
what
we're
that's
queer,
why I
we're
say
on
that
top
was
of
a
all of
slippery
you.
slope.
Like all this.
We're gonna
That's what
make
you
your
gotta remember
sons
about these
gay
things.
too.
Like this idea that it was such an engraved injustice. Like, I mean, set aside even like the symbolic nature of it. Just it's like, okay, what actually happened? These two people were refused a cake. You know, like, does that not happen all the time? You go to a business and like, oh, I need you to do this, and oh, sorry, we can't do it. I'm like, oh,
It's
okay,
out of
whatever.
all- yeah.
Go somewhere else. Like, big fucking deal.
Yeah, let's start suing businesses because they don't let you in without a mask. Like, I'm sorry, but I think that goes against my constitutional rights. They shouldn't have to force me to wear certain things in order
Wait.
to enter their business. That's
Once again,
discrimination.
it's not about discrimination or suing businesses. It's about forcing people to follow the line.
Yeah,
Yep, I know.
it's a
forcing
100%.
their
Nothing
bullshit
else.
down your
Yeah,
throat,
nothing else.
and
Switch,
you're not
switch
allowed
their
to,
own bullshit
But
back on them.
there's-
Yeah, you're not allowed
But this
to
also
resist.
this also goes back to the danger of people like George Soros funding all these small time judicial elections,
Yeah.
right?
Diaz.
They end up with the power where if you go in and you say, I'm going to sue these people for not making a Trump cake, or I'm going to sue these people for making me wear a mask, you're not going to get heard. You're fucked.
Yo,
make a
you just gave me a great idea.
I was gonna make a terrible
Why don't
joke
we
and
go
just
to
be
a
like-
super lefty cake shop and make them make us a Trump cake?
I mean,
right?
that'd make a funny
Go to a
video.
gay,
but
go to a gay cake shop and
No,
force
because
them
they
to make a
won't do it,
Trump
and then
cake.
we fucking do what they did,
I don't
and
want
maybe
no
we
gay
could get to
cake.
see, like, we
You
can
know
make
what they would
people see
do?
how
Like,
obscene
they
this
would do
is.
what I just said. They wouldn't deny it. They wouldn't deny you the cake. They'd be like, "Sure, we'll make you one," and they'll just fill it with their jizz.
Yeah,
I was about to say
Well,
that.
you might be right.
that might
about
be a
that,
setup
actually.
though, because if you could get it tested for biological
Oh, fuck
material
yeah.
after that,
But-
you know.
Here's the thing, though. If you want to do that, do that. It'll make a great video. It'll be
Long
funny
you
as
know,
shit.
bro,
And make
you
a great
can't buy
meme.
groceries.
But make sure you do it somewhere where you know who the local judges are.
Dude,
Does
you know
that
how
matter?
many?
That's a good point.
Do you know how many of those like where you can make your own T-shirt designs and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, like it was hard to find ones to do that'll do like fucking apus and shit. Like
Really?
I was looking to get ones.
Hate symbol now, man.
Wait, so you went in with like with your own design, and they were just like,
Yep,
no, we're not doing it.
yep. They're like, nope, that didn't pass our review. Blah blah blah. Once I had to go to like 5 different ones because I was trying to get this pillow made for Frog Mama. And
Thesis 803
Okay.
says we should act like Zerg and do it 50, do it at 50
Well,
lefty cake
Yeah,
shops.
yeah.
Why wouldn't they do? I mean, I'm surprised they would
Hitler
even
cakes everywhere.
they would
Here's-
even recognize the
You just,
frog. I mean,
Walrus, you just brought up something that
Why wouldn't
has
they
interested
recognize
me.
it? The ADL put it
I
on
mean,
the fucking
you've just-
hate list.
yeah, but some
in
fucking
2016.
some dude making pillows in a mall, I would think is probably like might not recognize it.
Yeah, I love that shit, right? You guys
yeah, but it
remember
was.
that
I'm talking about
2016?
the
ADL was
online
like,
ones.
oh, Pepe the Frog
this
is a
is
hate
what I was about to
symbol.
get at.
You're talking
Is,
about what?
So is the okay sign.
there used to be a time, and Walrus,
And
you
the
remember
okay sign of the
this
hate
time
symbol.
where you had to go to the local print shop to get something made, or the punk band would get their own screen printing setup, make up their own screen printing setup to make T-shirts and stuff. And people are
They
like,
go
oh,
to
this is so
Kinko's.
much hard. You got to go through all this work. And nowadays, it's you just go online and you do this and do this, but now you're controlled.
Yep. Because now they can say no.
We actually have to, in a way, to be free, is we have to do shit ourselves. And one of the things is kind of relearning some of these things that we came up with and people before us came up with in the to bring up the 60s and the 70s. But they built their own industries doing this shit, right?
Yeah.
There's my ex is an artist, so I learned all about the printmaking industry because that's what she does. And there were band posters that are, considered high art. They're just fucking band posters, but they're considered high art because of the lithography.
No.
They're all hand printed lithographs,
Dude,
right? And they just learned how to do this and did it themselves because the print places wouldn't print their shit.
We did it.
We did it.
Sort
did
of.
It was kind of
It
retarded.
was sloppy,
but
but yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't
I
see
said
that
another,
happen.
said
Shit.
another bad word. Oh, God damn it.
Most gamer
No, because there
words.
was a link in between.
I don't think there's that many
Complete
G's.
it.
I gotta say it like I'm from Boston. Call it retarded.
Retarded.
I
Retarded.
love the people that got like
I think you can get away with
banned on
retarded.
Twitter for
You
typing.
can get
like
away
an
with
I
you can get
and
away
then-
with saying retard, like as long as you're not like making
Dude,
fun
I-
of an actual retarded person. I think you can get away with that one.
No, I've had so many suspensions from the saying retard. Even
Dude, I
misspelling
know
it,
somebody who got in
no,
trouble. They got put
yeah,
on a
on
seven
Twitter,
week
yes. I'm
timeout
talking about on YouTube.
for typing tard.
Oh, on
They didn't
YouTube,
call
on
somebody a
YouTube, on
tard. They
YouTube.
were talking about themselves. They were like, "Oh, I'm such a tard sometimes," and Twitter put them on a 7-day suspend. Like,
Yo, that's exactly
Yeah.
the in the context I use it all the time. Well, no, I do call some people it on Twitter, especially like,
bro,
Usually
if
I
you're slow,
say I'm tarded. You know what
like
I
you
mean?
don't even
That's
have to
usually
be
what I say, too.
handicapped. If you're fucking slow, you're retarded. I don't care. That's what the word means. It means that you're slow.
right? It has a definition, and I
We use
am
that music
that
all the fucking
often.
time.
But I mean, I got suspended.
Yeah,
on Twitter for
because it
saying
used
that,
to used to the technical word for it was idiot, but then they decided idiot was offensive. This is
Well,
the
there was
perfect.
labels.
This
There
is
was-
the
there was
perfect
levels, right?
example of because this is like a cycle that keeps happening.
Right? There
This
was
is the
idiot,
perfect
there was
example
moron.
of it.
What,
Yeah,
There was
first
quite a
it
few
was
levels.
idiot, and then idiot was offensive, so then it was moron.
dude,
But then moron was offensive, so then so they started calling them retards.
You guys ever see
When I
Forrest
was in
Gump?
grade
Like that
7
was a real scale. That shit that they showed in the movie where they're like, "We tested your son. He's
Yeah.
about here," and he was like,
he's
"Below
he's a
moron."
he's a retard.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
a real fucking scale back in the day. Where they'd be like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, your kid is somewhere between idiot and moron."
they used to call them Mongolian.
When I was in grade 7,
idiots.
when I was in grade 7, we went to school, started grade 7, and our teachers came around and said you can't use these words, and they were already starting it back then.
I'll be right back.
I'm back.
You couldn't say retard. You couldn't say
I just
retard.
left one came back.
The correct
That was
term. No, listen to
weird.
this. The correct
That
term
was
was
weird.
developmentally challenged.
No,
It
fuck
said
that
it-
shit.
No,
I
no,
like what
no, no,
George
five
Carlin
minutes
used to
later-
say in his stand-up. George Carlin was saying that like the language is
Listen
very
to this, though.
important. We used to say
Oh,
things
yeah, it is.
short, precise, to
But-
the point. It got
Mhm.
the feeling, boom, right out. You understood it, right? But then they keep adding
5 minutes
syllables
later, though,
and taking the
5
sis.
minutes later,
Well, and they keep
DC
saying, they keep changing what you used because that sounds bad because what you're describing is a bad thing. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
what did he say?
Here's-
What was
But,
his joke?
like,
He was originally
changing
started
the
with
word
shell
doesn't-
shock, right?
Yeah, changing the word doesn't help because that just makes
No, well, 5 minutes
That
later,
negate
5 minutes
the-
later,
No, it takes the
DC
soul out of it.
5 minutes later, DC became the insult in our schoolyard.
Yeah,
We went from
DC?
like a year before we're saying you're a fucking retard to
Yeah.
the next later.
You're disably
next
challenged.
year we're going,
DC?
you're a fucking DC kid. You're DC, right?
Like,
Like
just say you
we
ride
just
a
Yeah.
short bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's the
Special
same-
ed.
You
but-
can't-
but that's
if
the
you're
same thing. Yeah,
making-
you're just
If you're trying to make an insult towards someone, it's like whatever you developmentally challenged person, it's like no, whatever
we just say-
retard, DC.
Like, I bet
Yeah,
you
I
ride
think
a
it's
But for us, it
probably
was,
about
yeah, it
the
was just
syllables.
DC. You're just DC, man. But I mean, that was my point. Was like, it doesn't matter what you change it to. It means the same fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't say fag anymore, so we can say, okay, you're a homo. Oh, you can't.
I say fag
like,
all the
homo any-
time.
No,
It's
but
one
you
of
know what I
my
mean. Like
favorites.
they go, you can't say that, so we just Okay, what are we allowed to say? Oh, you have to say sexually different. Yo, Joe is totally sexually different, man.
He's totally sexually
What is sexually different? You know, like
I don't
whatever.
care
It doesn't
who tells
fucking
me
matter.
I can't say it.
Doesn't
I'm still
matter.
gonna fucking say it. Especially when faggots called himself faggot all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's the
Call
thing.
himself
Who
faggot,
cares?
I can call him faggot. I don't give two
I don't
shits.
care what I don't care
I
what
ain't
they
hurting their
say.
fucking feelings. Fuck them. Tell
Have
them
you-
to suck a dick.
Y'all heard that Mel Gibson, those tapes where he was yelling at his wife?
Yep.
He was like,
Yeah.
I hope you get raped by a
Fucking
pack
based.
of riggers, I think he said. And
So-
somebody
yeah,
was
something
talking
like
about that. They're like, well, look, to be fair, it's real easy to come down on him. But,
smile.
in the moment, it's like in the moment when you're yelling at somebody and trying to hurt them, you're not going to be like, I hope you get raped by a pack of African Americans.
Yep. Yeah, the whole point was that
doesn't
you're
have the
trying to
same
say
effect.
something as offensive
No.
as possible at the moment.
No.
So, you know.
I mean, even at this point, people won't understand joggers even.
I love that.
What is that? Is
People
that
be
like
like, what?
riggers?
Yeah, that was the riggers, but that was
It's from,
pre-riggers.
He
it's
knows
from
who
a
the
mod
joggers are.
arbory.
Do they
'cause they said
jog
he was just
around
out for a
rigging voting
jog.
systems?
Do they
No,
jog around
there was a construction site
Visiting
where.
construction
Hey, yeah.
sites? Is that what
Gotta
they
get-
do?
Yeah, that's
Them-
what it was.
them
Yeah.
Did
But
they
he
have
was
the
like
cardio?
7 miles away from his house.
Hey,
And
hey,
we're
I'm
big
letting you
joggers.
guys know this right now. Whenever I see something that's being developed, I personally just walk through there all the time, every day and night. There's nothing wrong with it.
Totally.
Stand there and
I knew a
look.
rigger. He would go into these construction sites because that's where they used to store the voting
I'll
machines.
be right back.
And they would steal these voting machines and they would like rig them, and it's a very weird thing.
Rig him up.
You guys see it though when that whole thing happened with the jogger and all these stupid white people, not just liberals, the cuck service too, all coming out of the woodworks like, I've walked through construction sites. What? When have you ever walked? When have you ever been walking
Oh,
through a neighborhood
yeah.
and see a house under
That's
construction?
just
It's
what
like, well, I think
guys
I'm
do.
gonna walk around
Like
in there.
bullshit.
I did it when I was a kid.
Adults
but-
saying that they do it now, like
Even I don't know, maybe, but even still, it's like okay, yeah, but at the same time, people do go through construction houses and steal the copper. They steal certain things that are
they
valuable.
steal a lot of
It's like
things.
that's a thing that goes on, and guess what? That's exactly what that jogger was doing. So shut the
That's
fuck
not
up.
And they
people
got
that
him
were-
on camera because people have been
yeah,
stealing
at
shit
night.
out of that construction site.
At
And that's why they
night.
put up the cameras.
It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, he was just going in and investigating. It's like, yeah, but
It was
he
7
wasn't-
miles from his house. Oh, he was just out for a
Multiple
jog
times.
in work boots.
Like,
But he.
You've ever, just
With a
went in
hammer.
and checked
Yeah,
out
with a
a house
hammer.
under construction?
That's the thing. I heard all
Yeah,
these
but
women.
he wasn't doing that.
I heard all
So
these
shut the-
bougie women saying that, and I'm just like looking at them like, one, every construction site, even in a fucking neighborhood,
Bougie
where you build a
women?
house, they're all dirty. It's all mud floors. Like it's not pleasant to walk through. But you're gonna tell me you and your bougie self, with your probably $100, $200, $500 freaking shoes, your heels, you're walking through there. You're just trotting through the mud, are you? Because you're curious to see what a house looks like
Hey,
before it's a house.
If
call
they
it
did, it's because they're
construction
hoping to get
spelunking.
gang raped by a bunch of
Construction.
Mexican construction workers. But
Construction spelunking.
Looking to get gang raped by a bunch of. It sounds like a porn.
Yeah, looking to get gang raped by a pack of soldiers.
oh, they don't have
John, are you
jobs.
all right,
It's
John?
all the Mexicans
fucking
that
dying on
work
us.
on construction sites, bro.
African American.
You're all right there, John. You might want to mute your mic before you do that. We are live.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I forgot it. Yeah, sorry about
He's
that.
drowning over there.
The Jews gave me allergies.
You would blame the Jews, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's all that Israel talk.
I'm allergic to the
I'm
gayness.
allergic to Israel. I'm allergic to joggers.
Maybe you want to cool it with that talk. Cool it with the anti-Israel.
Anti-Semitism.
Yeah,
Cool it with the
Israel. That is a
anti-Semitism.
good way to red pill people
Ah,
because you can mention
that's
something
better.
like that, like, "Hey, did you hear how crazy this was? That Israel had or the Congress they had this bill trying to give Israel veto power." And when normies hear criticism of Israel, they're just like, "Oh," it's like they get all agitated, and then you just kind of come back with like, "What? What's the
Or-
problem?"
gotta
Actually,
make
the cool it
Muslims
with
a
the
victim.
And they sort
anti-Semitic
of
bring
remarks is
Palestine
a
and be
good
like,
one.
You just
Yeah.
like, well, you just come back with like, what? What's wrong with that? And they just kind of like, sort of like, oh, well, geez, why do I have a reflexive
Because
response to that?
humor
Like,
works really good, and if they start bitching about the banks or whatever, you just be like, yo, cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks. And then they'll laugh, but it gets in their brain. You know?
Yeah.
So that's a really good one to use, actually.
Or you got to bring up Palestine. You got to bring up Palestine and how. Did you hear about how Israel's like murdered a bunch of Muslim protesters in Gaza or something like that? You'll be like, wait, what? Because now you got two victims together. You got the Muslims and the Jews, and they don't know which side to pick. And it fucks with them.
Do you ever hear about the one? I mean, this actually happened though, probably like 15 years ago. The American girl that got squished by like a bulldozer over there because she was trying to protect some Palestinian doctor's house.
Yeah, I
and
remember
they
that
told her
one.
to get out of the way, and she thought like, oh, like America, I could protest, and stood there, and Israel was like, okay,
No,
and they literally flattened her.
The house was under construction. I think it
Yeah.
was construction spelunking, and I guess they don't play that
Well,
shit
it's
over
just
in
it's
Israel.
not something you heard. Not many people know about that because it was an American
No.
killed over there for protesting. You know, you don't hear people talking about that much, and it was a girl, like it was a young girl. I think she was like 16 or something. Just
Yep.
squished.
So I think she was like 19, but yeah, because
Well,
she was like a
whatever.
college
She
girl.
was young.
God damn.
Yeah.
She could have been a virgin. Doubtful, but she could have been.
Oh, okay. So I knew a
Probably not.
girl that said she was a virgin, but she took it in the ass all the time. So it all depends on what your definition
Wait,
of virgin is.
Wait, what?
Right, for real. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding even a
Shut
little
up.
bit.
Shut
No.
your face.
No.
What girl was
Sure,
that?
I've heard
I
that.
promise you.
You
I
Catholic
promise you. Yeah.
No, that is a thing with like
Dude,
really
okay, I was a
ridiculous
Catholic
girls.
girl growing up, and I wasn't naughty, but some of my friends were naughty, and they didn't do that though. They would
Okay,
just
but
they sucked a
it's
lot of
thing.
dick. They were like, "Yeah, I'm a virgin," but they sucked a whole
Okay,
lot
well,
of
yeah,
dick.
that's another.
What the
loophole.
hell happened in the generations where all of a sudden,
What
like,
is-
from Gen
what's
X
the
to Gen
appeal?
Y, it goes from sucking a lot of dick to taking it in the
Okay,
ass?
well, that's the same logic. Oh, I could suck dick. I'm still.
That's actually gross.
I
That's
don't
grosser.
understand the
'Cause at least
appeal of
sex,
virgins.
sex, they could wear condoms, and then it's not even like they're touching you at
Yeah.
all because there's a piece of rubber in
still
between.
wear a condom with anal.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said the sucking dick is grosser because who the hell wears a condom when they get their dick sucked?
Carl.
Yeah.
Maggots.
if you feel the
what?
need, if you feel the need for a condom on either end, while that is going on, you shouldn't be getting it from or giving it to that person. Like, that's disgusting.
Tell you what, I lived overseas,
Yeah.
right? I knew this guy. He was from Rwanda, so of course he was, a jogger. And he went to a whorehouse because over there they're all over the place. Brothels are just fucking everywhere.
Not
And anyways, he
Bulgaria.
goes to one, and he's paid
yeah,
his
in
50 euro,
Belgium.
right, to get his
And the rigger wanted to take advantage.
to get his
of
knob
white
slobbed.
brothels.
And the chick who's like Russian or Ukrainian, she went because they're never Belgian. Most of the whores are literally Eastern
Like,
Europe.
trap-
How many diseases did he get?
And they're no, this is the thing, right? So he wanted to get his
Was
he wanted
it
to get,
one?
he wanted to get his
two,
knob slobbed.
three?
And then she's just like,
Four
okay,
is the answer.
I need to put on the condom. And he was like, no, you're sucking my dick. And she's like, you still wear a condom. He got pissed and offended. It like left, but forgot his fucking pants. Left his pants in the whorehouse. Like, dude, what the fuck? Because she wanted to put a condom. He swears to God, he thought that she wanted to put the condom on him because he was
No,
black.
You know
that it was
what-
a race thing.
You know what she said? I
Or
gotta
maybe it
remember.
was.
Like, listen,
Maybe.
Rigga, I'm putting
Yeah.
on a condom, or you ain't getting it.
He literally was saying it. It was like, it's because I'm black, because I'm a nigger. She wanted to put the condom on. I'm like, what?
Whoa,
At which
yes.
point she
She
could-
said yes.
Because she's a whore.
Dude, just said the
At
gamer
which
word.
point,
Yeah,
she
try
could've
not
been
to
like,
say the gamer words here, please. I mean, I'm not gonna make it on YouTube long anyway.
I'm sorry, that was a direct quote. I'm sorry.
Most people. Oh,
Every fucking
I said
episode.
Jimmy
every
donated.
single-
That's how they say it.
Jimmy
Dutch,
donated a
because I'm black,
diamond on
because
D
I'm
Live.
Because I'm
Thank you
black.
for that, Jimmy.
Yeah,
No
I'm sure
message,
that
so-
Russian
Good for you,
prostitute was
Jim.
probably like,
Was it Jimmy?
well, not gonna lie, I mean,
Jimmy,
that kind
yeah,
of
but
adds
like
to it.
like
Jimmy.
a Jim.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Look at the smiling cat.
GEMMY.
Jimmy. Jimmy.
No gamer words. Hey, is who does the Cozy Friend broadcast? Is he in here?
I can't hear
That
you.
would be me.
Louder.
Well,
The what?
I'm one of the hosts
The
on
Cozy
Thursday.
Friend.
One of the hosts.
Okay, I went on there and for like the first time, and what is it when you try to say jogger or but
That's
not
Spooky
jogger?
Movie Night.
What does it translate to?
The Cozy Broadcast Network doesn't do that. It's just the.
Oh yeah, I think it's Spooky Movie
it's
Night
just
that does
Spooky
that.
Movie Night. It
Oh,
changes
Spooky
it to
Movie,
Eddie
yeah.
Murphy,
Yeah.
What was that was it?
which is funny because when we just got on everybody Eddie Murphy all the time.
There's an awesome Marv one that I have, and it's just like a little Marv running with work boots
There's other
hammer.
ones too.
I have so much.
Yep.
Never mind.
I got the sticker here, and Marqtosis just posted
Flying
it
a
in
kite,
the
I
live
think it
chat,
is.
actually. But I
Look
had
at
to
him
go
go.
on.
Kite brings up like the grabbler, I think, when you put that in there. Kite with a T.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is when you're on the beach
But not
running
really
around
with
with
a
that.
T.
Beautiful kite.
Oh no, Benjamin Franklin did it with that thing and the fucking key, the kite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it like flew off and started running banks.
It's funny, there's only 4
We are down too, says Beebs. I
Yeah.
see Glam TV must
They're
be
gonna kick me
The
out
whole
for
internet is down. I guess probably something's happening with the.
Well, Trump said he was going to release his.
Something's probably happening.
Yeah, there's got to be
It's
something happening
finally-
because everything. Apparently, Twitter was acting funny. YouTube was down.
Don't worry, though, 'cause
Somebody
Q
just
says
said
it's fine.
somebody I
Fine,
know on
everything's
Twitter
fine.
saying D
All
Live is
fine.
down too.
No,
You mean
I
I
mean,
can
we're-
finally use that Ron Paul
we're on
meme
D Live right now.
unironically?
It seems to be working just fine.
Bro, they got to stop putting in this little picture of this ugly.
In fact, Trady said Odyssey and D Live are still up.
That is like the ugliest Jew I've ever seen.
Which one? I didn't hear you. You walked away. Who?
In the D Live
The D Live
chat,
chat.
somebody keeps
Ah.
putting this picture in. It's like a bum, but I don't know.
The
It's like a
bum with
real
the big
little grabber.
schnoz.
It's
That's
really
impossible.
fucking ugly.
You
Gotta
get the
stop
big old
posting that
schnoz.
shit.
It's like a caricature.
All right,
Stuff
I
of
gotta
nightmares.
figure
Yeah,
out
that's
D
a real
Live. What's
person,
the
though.
D Live? Can I go on the website? Let me go on D Live.
Yep,
DLive.tv.
D
DLive.tv.
Live is definitely
Fren
not
report.
down, bruh. Doubtful
Fren
D Live
report.
just said it's definitely not down, bruh.
The Lemon Emperor would never let D Live go down.
Holla hoaxing again, says Try D. Trid? Try D?
Oh,
I
here
assume
we
it's
go.
Try D.
Try
Why would
D,
you
it
capitalize
looks
only
like.
the D?
Oh, look it. There's a fucking a Pepe and there's a Jew.
Hey, he's got his menorah super pack. Okay?
Oh, John Conquest put Vosh in there. That's hilarious.
Is that what that is? That's scary.
Vosh.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Vosh?
the red one.
That's what he looks like?
No, no, evil
Oh, the red one. The
Ghostler.
red one. The red
Evil
one.
Ghostler keeps putting in this picture. He put it in twice, and it's
It's creepy.
it's not
as
enjoyable.
hell.
3 times now.
He just
3
did it
times he put
again,
this
yeah.
picture in.
Oh, I like that one though. It's funny.
You know
It's
what? I
pretty
didn't know.
horrific. It's the stuff of nightmares. That's what it is. It's nightmare fuel.
I literally did not know who Vosh was until that meme or that picture rolled around, the one with his wife behind him, and my God, immediately he just became famous overnight.
It's repeating all of a sudden.
Who
The
is
audio's
Vosh?
repeating.
I've
Oh,
heard
it's
of
me
Vosh.
because I'm
I just
watching
don't know
D
who it
Live.
is.
Never mind.
Is Vosh an idiot?
You gotta mute it, bud.
I'm a
I
moron.
don't
I'm
know what
sorry.
Vosh
I'm
is.
pretty
Is he-
drunk right now.
Is
I've
he a
been drinking
commie?
all
I think
night.
he's a communist. I'm not sure.
He
My
is.
husband said he was a leftist
Vosh.
faggot, but I
Yeah.
He is a
If
leftist
he's not, he's
faggot, and
close
he
enough.
loves. He wants to
Let's
legalize
face it. If you're not
and
with Trump,
zoophilia.
you're a communist.
Who's the guy?
If you're not with Trump, you're a communist.
Mexican.
Is that the guy that they always show pictures of him, screenshots, and he's like naked with big old man titties, and he's got this big blubber thing sitting behind him?
And that woman comes
my
from
God,
behind the
dude.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I seriously thought that was Photoshop for the longest time,
my
but then someone's
God,
like, "No,
that's
that's his
so-
wife." I'm like, "Oh my God."
That's his wife. So he's
That's-
actually
that's nightmares.
wife,
So
you know.
it's
Again,
funny
I gotta
that
think of
these
George
pieces of
Carlin.
shit-
How do they fuck? How do people that size have sex?
I don't
How
understand
does his
it.
part even meet up with her part? How is that possible?
It's osmosis. They
Neither
just kind of
one is
smack
skinny.
into each other until
he's
something
not
comes
like-
out.
They're bumbles. They must bounce off each other.
Yeah, he's not like morbidly obese,
He's
but
got man titties.
he's a little overweight. But she's
little.
like a gagoon, like a balloon.
Oh,
And then
that's
like
not 20 pounds of water
I know,
weight.
I know,
That's
but
like 200
gotta
pounds of freaking
I
blubber.
would say if they were both that size, then I would be like, yeah, I don't know how that works. But like, if one of them is like,
Well,
Oh
I
my
mean, it's
God,
squishy.
dude. Oh,
Squishy,
I love
so.
that. That's fucking great.
I'm a fat
Can't believe
guy.
somebody
I'm a
made a
fat
gif of
guy,
it.
and I've been
Jacob?
with a fat woman.
That's fucking awesome.
I'll tell you firsthand experience how we. I'll tell you. I have firsthand experience having
I came at the
fucking
right
a
time, I
fat chick.
guess.
Right?
you have first
Go on.
experience in what?
I'm a larger guy. All right. I'm a man of size, as they
You're
say. And I've fucked a fat chick, and I'll tell you, it works. It's not a lot of fun, but you know what? When you're drunk and you're horny, it does the job.
But it
Are
must
you
be
sure
comfortable.
you
Like,
fucked her and not one of her creases?
You're like, it's not a lot of fun,
He
but
is
Oh,
it's better than jerking
95%
off.
sure.
The cool part about banging fat chicks
Yeah.
is you only got to pump once, and then the ripples do the rest of the work.
Dude, I was going
South
off
side,
on
ride
fat
the wave,
chicks.
man. Ride the wave.
I was going off on fat chicks with this guy at work, and like as soon as I said something, he's just like, "Oh, be nice," and I'm like, "What? What's your problem?" And I just like continue with my comment. He's like, "Hey, be nice," and I was like, "Oh, okay. You must have your wife must be fat. I'm guessing that's what's happening here."
Dude,
And yeah,
there's a
and
guy.
right.
There's a guy at work.
Weight.
Bro,
There's a
I
guy at
forgot
work
all
who's
about
making
that.
fun of. There's a guy at work who's making fun of another guy's fat girlfriend, and this guy who's making fun has a fat, disgusting, fucking looking wife. She's not attractive in any manner. And I couldn't understand why this guy would be making fun of that guy's fat wife. I was like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, your old lady's like 280.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I think sometimes you can love a person so much that you do eventually get past what they look like because they're just perfect for you in
Oh,
every
for
other
real.
way.
But here's the
Which
thing,
is,
though,
not-
John. If you
I don't
loved them
know.
that much, you'd want them to be healthier.
Healthier, yeah.
And that's not fucking healthy.
Yes.
So that's not love.
Yes.
That's enabling. That's fucking codependency.
But
True.
Or
Like I-
desperate. You're so desperate because you don't want to go out into the market, and so you
Well,
just
that
settle
too.
with that.
Again,
But,
that comes
like-
back to codependency.
Codependency,
That's not
yeah.
love.
if I look at my ex now, I like have no idea what the hell I ever saw in her. But at the same time, she's not
Oh my
like
God.
grossly obese or unhealthy. To like she's, I understand both kind of sides of that, right? Like, yeah, you kind of don't see
Wouldn't know.
things sometimes, you ignore them, but at
Yeah.
the same time,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Hit the treadmill.
my ex also went running every day and played soccer 3 times a week and whatever, and watched what she ate and all this type of thing. It didn't help her face any.
What?
Didn't that?
What? That was
All the exercise in the world didn't make her face any better.
Didn't that says fat
Oh.
chicks fuck like it's the last time they'll ever have dick.
Because it may be.
Ooh.
That's what exactly
Because it
what
may
I
be.
said. That's exactly what I
yeah,
said.
I'll tell you. That fat chick.
I
That
just
fat
heard
chick.
somebody crack a
She
beer.
treated my dick like it was her god. She treated
yeah,
my
yeah.
dick like it was her god.
Oh, that's
If
gross,
you
bro.
honestly,
Hey, she
These are
treated.
images
Yeah.
that- oh my God. I could do without.
we were talking about this earlier, but I mean, if you want the you know the best blowjob,
It
go
was
for an
God.
ugly fat girl
Your penis
because they've
is
got so
my
much work to
God.
do, right?
Come
They've got
Shuck it.
nothing else.
Fuck up.
They have nothing else to go on.
Remember, shuck it, baby.
And she's probably hungry, so.
Always, and that's how you.
I'm just
And
imagining
this
that
is
fat
a little
face
trick
with
to
the-
anybody who's listening, who's not too good at relationships. Make food for the girl, and it really does make a world of difference.
Oh yeah, I'm a good.
Or
cook,
order
so.
food, and don't tell them. Just make food happen.
Yeah, I don't
Make food.
I don't do
appear.
that anymore.
Make food appear.
Like when I was in my 20s, I cared about that, but now I don't. Now it's like I'm not dating you if you're not going to cook for me. Like I got to cook for myself, my kids, and listen, I'm not cooking for somebody else just so I can get a lay once in a while. Fuck that.
No,
Well,
if you're in a
I
relationship,
cook because
I'm
I like
saying-
to
No,
eat
no,
good
no,
food,
if-
so I
Yeah,
cook
if you're
so I can make it
Yeah.
exactly how
and
I
I don't
want
mean
it.
all the time because obviously, I just mean like if you're trying to make somebody happy in the moment.
No,
then
women-
it doesn't
women
matter
really
if your
like
girl
that.
do the same thing. Food overall is something
Oh,
that
absolutely.
makes everybody happy,
100%,
unless you're
man.
severely anorexic.
Nope.
Baby, you're so you fan. Baby, my heart's on
Make her
fire.
go outside and run. John Conquest says, "Yeah, buy your wife a fancy treadmill." Beeb says, "You're not wrong on any of those accounts. That makes it not less dangerous." I like D-Live. D-Live is way better than.
We don't have a fancy treadmill, but we do have a treadmill.
You don't
and I
need
do
any-
jog on it.
yeah, all you gotta do
Dancing,
is run in
pudding,
place.
The fancy
emotes.
one.
That's
It's
all.
got to be fancy.
I want to get one, but it's for me.
Put a big red bow on
Yes.
it. Then it's fancy.
I got a pretty sizable
so
beer gut
fancy.
these days.
Then it's a surprise.
It's raining treadmills.
I was in pretty good shape before the lockdowns, and then no, I
You know,
got.
you keep telling yourself that, Jacob.
I was in pretty good shape.
It was like, look, I was 250. I
He
was
was
in
just
really
telling
good
me
shape,
about
okay?
the
Wait,
Bulgarian.
No, I was like,
lockdowns weren't all
I was
that
like
bad.
175 out of 32.
Weren't you?
inch
Hold on.
waist.
Weren't you just the
Now
guy
I'm
saying?
about 250, and I got
John the
about a
trucker.
38. inch
175 to 250 since March,
waist. Yeah,
dude.
I'm probably
What
like
did they
2
call-
1/4. I'm probably like 2 1/4, but yeah.
Speaking of trucker, what did you guys say for the prostitutes? Lot lizards.
Lot lizards.
Yeah.
That was
I got
I've
that
never
from
heard that
It's Always
term.
Sunny
That's awesome.
episode. I never knew it before. Then.
Yeah, my uncle taught me that term.
If
You never knew
if
that? My
they
dad
have
was
a
a
body
trucker,
fat
so-
index that's over 30%, you call them lot toads.
We call them lock rapers.
Does that term specifically imply to the trucker prostitutes that hang out at the truck stops?
Yes.
That's how I took it.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know what?
Well,
We're just
any
calling it.
prostitute,
That's what
really,
it
but
is now.
That's what it originated. And like,
it's old school.
yeah, like, and one of the other ones is never on the CB. Don't never call someone good buddy, because that used to be like, hey, 10-4 good buddy. Now, good buddy means you're calling him a homo. Yeah, call him a good buddy.
So you'll
just
either
calling a fucking homo.
you'll
Yeah.
either get
definitely
back
using that
some
more
very
now.
negative comments, or hey, heard your good buddy. Yeah, you going to the rest stop, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, good buddy.
Be careful,
No,
man.
I keep
Be
hearing
like
about
that,
rest stops.
that episode of It's Always Sunny with the trucker
Yeah.
Right. That's how I got the. I never knew the term before that.
with Tom Sizemore.
So let me ask the.
How about
More like Tom
how about
you're
you
like
in
a
that, that
trucker,
hotel
right?
room and you turn me into a piece of Swiss cheese?
Fuck.
Let me ask you, John.
Yeah.
Is there a lot
Yeah.
of shenanigans that go on at rest stops? Because I always hear these stories about rest stops and like the prostitutes. That's where they hang out. But every time I go to a rest stop, I always like kind of look out, but I never see anything.
When do you go to rest
Not
stop?
like they used to. It was a much bigger
Yeah, you don't
thing
see
in
'em.
like the 70s
No,
and
they
80s.
they put the hammer down on that shit.
Yeah.
What
It
you
was
will
like
see
a
is
big
lot of, like,
thing.
people like going
Oh.
into the store, buying a shit ton of the cheap knives, and then turning them around and selling the knives for like twice their price inside. You know, that's what you'll see, or you'll see somebody like asking for money. But
I mean, there are the sections like in
you
the
don't see
back
lot of
where
those
the
anymore.
trucks park, and like I never go back there. So
That's where the good buddies.
I always
that's where the good
assume there's
buddies
some
go.
sort of drug deal going on back
One
there.
time back in New York, I saw a transaction happening. I didn't witness after the transaction, but I could definitely tell that she was what you'd call a lot lizard, and he looked horny and alone. And
Well, it was like
she
that stuff
giving
was a
cat.
much bigger deal in the 70s and 80s, and nowadays it's a lot more. They started really cracking down on stuff like that.
I
in the
think
80s.
still
you
happens.
also got to remember truck drivers aren't paid as well as they used to be anymore. So you know,
Yeah.
spending $200 on a hooker is
Yeah.
just well, fuck, dude. That's like 2 weeks worth of
Mhm.
of like money for like
Get out of
food
here,
and
you fucking
supplies.
Harpy.
Yeah.
I don't got money for
It's
you.
not-
And honestly, if
Yeah.
if a prostitute wanted to advertise, they don't need to be standing around a truck stop anymore, right?
Yeah,
They
they're
can
on
do it their
OnlyFans.
phones and-
Yeah.
They're on
But yeah,
Yeah,
well,
on
Let's have it. I'll
OnlyFans,
show
yeah.
you my
Hey,
asshole.
They're no longer at rest stops. It's called Grinder.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
tell me.
And girls are
How
just
many of you
slapping
guys
it on the
fucking
internet for
laughed
free.
your asses off when that
Yeah.
Disney bitch wrecked OnlyFans?
What happened?
That right?
Which
Yeah.
Disney?
What was her name?
So,
The stupid Disney bitch. I want to say it was Dana something.
let me look it up.
She had an
Dana
OnlyFans.
Courtney.
She had an OnlyFans, and everyone got excited because ooh, Disney girl, ooh, she's gonna show all of her stuff. And she told everybody
She specifically said, "I'm gonna
send
put out a
nudes.
video."
Yeah, I'm gonna put out
Or
video,
like a specific video. You know,
nude video, da da da,
Got everyone to pay in
for
advance.
$200. So all these dudes forked up $200. She made $2 million in under a day,
Oh boy.
right?
Sick
can I
bucks.
make
Video
some
came
kind of
out. It
stuff
was
in
literally
it?
her in a bathing
Listen.
suit.
It gets better.
It was just her in a bathing suit dancing
Listen.
on the beach. She never got naked. She never showed a fucking nipple. Nothing. And so OnlyFans, Bella Thorne. That was it. So because
Bella
all
Thorne.
these dudes
What
were
kind
pissed,
of
they were
a-
like, I want my money back. And OnlyFans didn't know how to refund it because they paid way in advance and the money was already cashed
Hey,
out to
because-
her. So OnlyFans was
Because
screwed. They're
Troy
like,
D just followed,
we're
I got.
changing our policy.
Yeah.
So from now on, you can only charge max, what was it, like $30, and you can't get any more tips bigger than like $5.
Damn it.
And
And you have to wait like
30 days before you
So-
get your money.
For a
basically,
second, I had
like, all
188
the way
followers, and I wanted to point it out.
All these stores on OnlyFans,
And they were
really fucked up their
All on
financial-
Twitter, screaming. One was screaming. She was like, "How am I supposed to make a living sucking my boyfriend's dick for $37 after taxes?"
Yeah, and like all these
Oh,
people are
man.
like, "Hey guys, is Bella Thorne one of us?"
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
they fucking wrecked it. She did Thought Patrol brilliantly.
Yeah.
What kind of simp would pay for to see a nude woman?
Well, it's
I mean,
a Disney
honestly.
girl,
Well,
so
it was a celebrity. So
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Not me, that's for sure.
not John who fucks the fat chicks. He's
No,
not.
I
Belly-
don't. The
Belly
I
OnlyFans.
have to go. I have to go make some phone calls.
Yeah. Oh, hey, where are you going? I gotta delete some tweets.
I have to return some videotapes.
What's it called? The Fappening 3?
Oh yeah, the OnlyFans
That
thing
sounds
is
like a
so
South Park episode.
pathetic. It's
When
like
was
just
that?
this
Jeez. It's
tiny
happening.
little bit of human interaction where it's like, oh, it's an actual girl. You know, it's not
Yeah,
like some
yeah.
porn star. It's
Can I tell you something?
some real life girl.
This is another plot by the fucking Jews to just destroy
Yeah.
girls once again, right?
Yeah, the
Oh,
guy
yeah,
from
that's-
the creators of
Generations, right?
OnlyFans were saying
Gen
they
X was
think
pretty destroyed. I want to say Gen Y was pretty destroyed. Generation before us, right? Those fucking boomers, they were all kinds
The
of whores,
Twilight
right?
bitches.
Dude.
You got all these dudes who they're just like, look, I want to find a good girl who doesn't have a fucking giant belt with a bunch of notches all the way down it. Can I just find a girl that's only been with one, maybe nobody? Can that happen?
Yo, now
Nope.
girls are slapping it on the internet
Yeah,
at
but
18
Well, now you find
on
girls
the
who are
dot.
like, yeah, I'm a virgin.
Why
This
would
is
somebody
it,
want a
right?
virgin? That's
I'm
like
a virgin, but everybody on the internet has paid to watch me fuck myself.
Or I'm a virgin, but I take it in the ass. Because girls
that one,
somehow
Oh, yeah, that's a great
can
one.
del-
why would you want a virgin? There's like
Yeah.
they have no experience. It's gonna be the worst sex of your life.
Yeah,
God
you want to
damn.
turn into that.
but
You
you
know
know what?
why that? You know why ketamine?
You want to turn into that
Go ahead. I'm
detergent.
sorry.
one, it's
that
really
president of the
stupid
Philippines.
because
Hold on, let it rate. Let
Well, no,
it
it's
rate
like
say
you
what it's saying.
find out she has an OnlyFans account, and then it's like 4 images later they transition into like the president of the Philippines, that guy who's like throwing drug dealers in prison for life, executing them, and he's got an AK, like fuck you, bitch.
No, no, no.
Like
Giving
when you're on a
guns to
date and find
civilians
out she has
so
an
they can kill
OnlyFans
drug
account,
dealers.
like next image is you as Duterte.
well, they were
Listen,
like the creators of
Yeah.
OnlyFans was
Isn't
saying
that
they
almost
think
worse? Like you go on a date with a girl and she's been with, I don't fucking know, 20 or 50 or whatever guys, right? But then you go on another date with another girl and she hasn't been with anybody, but she has fucking million subscribers on OnlyFans.
Bro,
Yeah,
Right,
All right,
now I'm
okay,
gonna say
so
this.
let me make some
God
very
damn it!
quick-
I'm gonna
I'm
say
gonna
it
make-
this
I'll
time.
make
I'm
some
gonna
very
mute
quick.
everybody. God damn it!
Go ahead,
I've tried to
Jacob,
say
go
it
ahead.
5 times. The creators of OnlyFans said that they figured by like 2025, something like 50, or like by 2030, like something like 50% of fucking women will have an OnlyFans.
God, I hope not.
Now, I don't think so because, for one thing, you can
Not
get
if
everything
Bella
you
Thorne
want.
has anything to say.
Yeah,
yeah.
but for one thing, you can find anything you want for free. So I don't see why people would pay for it. It's because it was new, so like they got the whole first bump and shit, and they're trying to project in the future.
Jacob,
but,
do you really not understand how certain people have to pay for it?
No, and listen, this is another thing that Jacob's not understanding. I talk to a lot of guys that are younger, and it's
How
a
did
lot
you didn't even
different
let me finish what the hell I'm
All right,
saying, and you
finish
got
and
two
then
people
have-
telling me what I
Go ahead,
don't
I'm
understand.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
So yeah, I understand how many
Well,
people got to pay for it. That had nothing to do with what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, so
Yeah.
because it was new, it got big real quick. So all these girls see all these other girls making money, and they think they're gonna do it. But how long? That's obviously not gonna last because the market's gonna get totally saturated, and everybody's gonna be like, "Why am I paying for this shit anyway?" You know what I mean?
All right.
It was
Is that
when back in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, when the internet was fresh, and everybody was, we're gonna get rich making porn, and then Pornhub came out, and
Yeah.
It's
And then a couple
cannibalizing
years later,
itself.
they diverted. Listen, let me just make up let me make a point here that before we get off of this topic. So I find it really interesting that younger people, there's a couple different aspects of this. Some of them are so desensitized to porn that like normal things don't work for them. So the only thing that is really works for them is something new constantly, and that's what creative content's. All right, now that's one point.
porn.
Another point is the same age group is super black pilled on women because the same girls their age are slapping it on the internet, or they're looking for minorities, or honestly, it's just that there is no trad as it was at the moment. So I
And
get it. Kids are super
what-
black pilled.
One
And
other
that's
note.
one
One
thing-
other note. The one thing that hasn't changed, and this goes way back thousands of years, is a small percentage of the men get the majority of the women, and that never changed.
Nope.
And so
Yeah.
you have this access to sex.
You have like 80% of the women
Young
competing
guys,
for the
it's
top 10% of men,
Yeah.
and then
And you've got
the
The women are isolated and mentally diverted, and the men are less feminine and low T as can be. So there's a lot of different facets from even when I was a kid, and I even see the change from when I was a kid. So my sister, I have a 7 and 8 year old sister, so 2 sisters, 7 and 8 years older than me. The 8-year-old sister is married, and even her husband's generation, like across the board, look different than my generation. It's very strange when you see, like, there was this, and
there's
now
soy in the food.
it's not even just the soy; it's hormone. It's
that
a
is a
myriad
hormone.
of things. Without getting into that, there's a lot of environmental things that.
And
They're turning the
mental-
freaking
Hold on,
frogs
well, go
gay,
ahead,
bro.
Eric.
What do you think they're doing to you?
Yeah.
No, you're right. I get it.
Turning the
Did you
people
say?
gay.
Did you say your 8-year-old sister is married?
No, I said my
8 years
7
older.
7
years
and
older.
8 years older. I may have said
He
old.
doesn't want to
Sorry if I
Oh,
did.
sorry.
He's
They're
referring to
old.
them as 7 and 8, but they're 7 and 8 years older than him.
Yeah, and I may have said that, and I'm sorry. I'm just.
Oh.
There's 5 of us.
Just to
or 6 of
clarify,
us,
he's
and
not a Muslim.
It's hard to.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Little
compute time.
concern there for a second.
broadcasting live.
He's not a
from
Mormon. He's
Pakistan.
not a Muslim. It wasn't an
No,
8-year-old.
no, yeah, and if I said that, I'm sorry.
Little concern
A sister
there.
that
It's
is
like,
7
whoa,
years
hold on.
older than me,
Right.
and another sister that is 8
I was
years
like, wait a
older than
minute.
me.
You said you had a 7-year-old sister. That she's single, right?
Mm.
Just
we
kidding.
got 5 people talking at once, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
It's you're
Because
right.
one awkward thing happens, and it's like, we're like,
It-
nope.
Somebody
Yeah,
say
that's how I
something so
dropped the
we
mic
can
there
all
for a
talk
second.
at once
So his
again.
sister is 8. Oh my God.
It's a grand, total of things causing this, right? Like, I know some guys who are younger, a lot through the music scene and through the because I play in bands and stuff. And despite the lockdown, where we don't play as much as anymore, but I play quite a bit. Know all kinds of bouncers and bar staff, and people go and hang out at bars, and people in other bands and stuff. And you can see the difference between people who are kind of like, you can tell that they are more like me, regardless of the age. But the we used to make fun of the kind of the pale, weak, pasty people. They were the minority, and then they slowly got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger till now they're the majority of the age group of the young
Arid, did you say that you were from Canada?
Yes.
You sound
am
like
as
Tom
well.
Green a little bit. I'm not kidding. When I was just listening to you talk,
Eastern-
I was like,
Eastern
"Holy
Ontario,
fuck, this dude
Eastern
sounds like
Ontario.
Tom Green."
Them's fighting
Eastern
words,
Ontario.
Daddy, would you like some
No, I love
sausage?
Tom Green. That is not
Daddy, would
my
you like
word.
some
That's-
sausage?
I used to walk.
Eastern Ontario. Wow, that's right across from where I grew up.
I used to walk the same neighborhoods where I said this about the Trailer Park Boys too, but I walked the same neighborhoods that Tom Green used to film on, right? Like when I was 17, 18, I was hanging on Rideau Street in Ottawa, right?
No,
And
seriously, listen
he's
to
from,
Eric talk.
yeah.
He has that same.
He does. He sounds
has a
exactly
unique
like him.
voice, but he has the accent. Like he has a unique voice, but the
Yeah,
accent. It's
he
like
has
when
the
you listen
same-
to from
yeah.
somebody from Boston. It's like a Boston accent, but
Yeah.
they have a unique voice.
Well, this is funny because I can never hear my own accent, but I lived out on the East Coast for almost 5
It's
years,
subtle.
and I came when I would come back to visit. Everybody, all my family members and friends would be like, "What the hell? You sound like you're a Newfoundlander or something," because I would say things like Newfoundlander, not Newfoundland. You pick up things like
Yeah.
I don't
down
understand
home
any of
or
this
whatever.
Canadian
but-
talk that you're
Oh,
doing.
boy.
Newfoundlander. It's such a weird word.
But it's like I picked up things like
I like that dog though.
Ain't that-
It's like a bear.
ain't that something? Ain't that something? Nobody I grew up with says ain't that something.
How do you say sorry?
Oh wow, some mysterious stranger
Sorry.
tip.
See, that's way Canadian.
There's
Sorry.
no A.
Sorry.
There's no A.
Hey
in it. There's
guys, hold on. I
there's
got
no
my
A,
first.
sorry.
Sorry.
I got my first
Sorry.
Streamlabs tip.
Yeah.
Mysterious stranger tip, $4.20. So thank you for that, mysterious stranger. They didn't leave a
That's
message,
the magic
so
number.
but thank you for that, mysterious stranger.
Once
They didn't
again,
leave a
there's no
message, so
A
it didn't do
in
the
the word
text to
sorry.
speech, but
Well, and going back to the point of the OnlyFans thing, and like it's also creating an entire generation of those like those incel people that like they can't socialize, they can't fucking go out, they can't do anything, and their social skills are fucking zero, like non-existent, and
They're
the
slapping
only
it on the computer.
oh wait, he did put a message. For some reason, it didn't play it like it was supposed to.
what was the message?
But it was fuck knickers.
Of course it was.
What, knickers? Like N-I-C-K?
Wait, let me see.
Yeah, women don't need knickers anymore.
Look, I tell you guys this right now. My husband hears it from me all the time. I'm sorry if you are, but I am no fan of Nick Fuentes. I think he's a bitch.
I'm a groiper, and I didn't know about him.
I think he's a bitch, and I think he's oversensitive, and I think he actually is kind of what's the word he says there?
Special?
Start with an
Grifter.
F?
He's a fucking grifter. Well, tell him to get a real fucking job. God, even that scumbag Ben Shapiro is a fucking lawyer.
Yo, they look alike.
It's not.
They kind of fucking do.
The last
They
case
do.
that Ben Shapiro has tried.
He's tried cases though. That's the point. What the fuck? What the fuck has Nick done besides sponge off of a bunch of people off the internet while living in his parents'
And
basement?
taking over a frog. I don't like that. That's not. I really was upset about that when I found out because like
what?
He's like he claims to be like the groiper master.
Yeah, that he is the groiper.
That's
movement.
what pissed me off about him.
Right.
He just
and
takes
that's why I
fucking
never
claim
watched
for everything that he's
done.
never done.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
That's
very bold of him.
And he had
to get Zoomers. Sorry.
In case you didn't know, my husband
What did I
likes
miss?
Nick Fuentes,
Look.
so we're on opposite
He's got.
ends of the
I've
spectrum.
got issues with Fuentes. I mean, he's got like a massive ego, but like you got to give him credit for certain things. Okay, I mean.
Okay, you're right. The Tim
He was a
Heidecker
big
thing.
part
Yes. The Tim
Org-
Heidecker thing the other day was huge for me because
what thing was?
always knew how
What
shitty he was.
What did Tim Heidecker do?
He's a fucking pedo. Him and fucking Tim Warhol or Tim War. They're gross people.
Oh yeah.
They hire mental. So
Right.
I watched a mental, or I'm sorry, I watched a Mark Maron episode years and years and years ago. They actually say that they go do this one particular where you get people talent agency that hires only like mentally challenged people for their show because and then separately in the same interview they said that they wanted to make their show as nightmarish as possible. So when you put those two things into context, even though they were outside of the same conversation, the show, they hired people from that agency and they wanted to make the show like, so they used these mentally challenged people. I mean, that's what Hollywood really is.
That's
weird, but still.
Yeah. But you gotta admit the show is pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, now that you say that,
there's a few things that are, but wholly they're disgusting and creepy. Wholly, like when you look at them overall.
Well, Steve Brule is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, there's some
Steve Riley's character is fucking hilarious. That's
some of their
his original
sketches are pretty
character,
funny.
Dude, John C. Reilly came up with Stephen Brule. John C. Reilly came up with the character Stephen Brule. That's all his idea.
That's and
Just
there's
more
I've
testament
watched
to how
that
talented
series
that
and its
man
whole
is.
also.
What show are you talking? I know Tim Heidecker is, but I don't know what show.
Tim and
it is.
Eric,
there's two. There's
the Tim and Eric show. Yeah,
and
awesome.
Tom Goes to the Mayor. Or
the cartoon.
I remember Sam Hyde did a video where he was like, because Sam Hyde, I think, when he was first coming up, was inspired
his show was
by
apparently
Tim
getting
and
more
Eric.
popular.
And he recently did a video. He was like, look, because he worked with him a little bit. He was like, look, I'm just going to put this video out just because, one day it may come out that, these people are pedophiles, and I'm just going to get ahead of it and say, oh, Sam, why didn't you say anything? And he kind of went over, he was like a little bit of evidence that these people are pedophiles.
So I don't know who these guys are at all.
I've been watching Adult Swim since the beginning, and I mean like all of it. I was obsessed with it as a kid, so I even have all of it on DVD because I was. But now, like with different eyes, it makes things different.
It was good stoner comedy for high school.
And all I do is smoke weed. So like to this day, so.
You guys like Sam Hyde?
I don't really know who he is, to be honest.
He's fucking hilarious.
I love his
memes.
I love his
memes
memes and how he rolls with it.
Did you see
his TED Talk was tops, man.
Did you see the Rubik's Cube video?
Could somebody send me his @ on Twitter?
Have you seen
his @
retarded.
Twitter? I think I
there's
have
a
that.
comedy bit he did, or a stand-up where he goes into, you know, he goes, there's all these like stand-up comedy clubs you can go to.
They're like super lefty. They were all super lefty
open
fucking
mic.
open mics.
It was supposed to be
All
comedy,
super
but it was
lefty
open
places.
mic.
He went to like an open mic comedy
He starts reading facts.
comedy club at some leftist area, and just starts like
They're all
reading
lefty,
facts
man.
about homosexuals, and like
Yep.
really the whole room just little by little just leaves. Like, yeah, how dare you?
That was amazing. That was amazing.
They're like, dude, comedy. He's like, well, I think this is pretty funny statistic.
He was like,
Let's read about
homosexuals
and AIDS.
homosexuals have at average like 100 sexual partners. He was like, straight people have like 10 to 15. He was like, I have probably more than that, but
Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but his Twitter, I believe, is /Wigger.
really,
Yeah, @Wigger.
Could you put it in the?
is he still on Twitter? I don't know. He's been gassed.
I put it in D Live, but I can also put it in the.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
can
can.
you
Oh no,
post
I have
that
D Live
or
up. Hold on.
Put it in the chat.
There it is. Cool. My bad. Oh,
He's
cool.
in the
I'm gonna
Twitter
follow
group
him and
chat,
see
so
what
you can throw it in
happens.
there and he'll see it.
That's a very unique @
I think
Hyde
he said
did
he
some
paid
really
for that
out there-
one, right?
Hyde did some really out there kind of I don't know, it looked acid trippy to me, but you know, some of it was a little bit maybe too highbrow for my tastes.
Bro,
But
you literally tripped my
he's a
wife.
funny ass guy.
Oh yeah, he'll take the memes that are made around him and roll with them. He does not give a fuck.
Yeah,
And
the-
that's
the
how you
Twitter
should
meme.
live your life.
And also the Joel Bernstein interview is also fucking legendary, man. Legendary.
Which one was that? The one where he called the guy out for canceling MDE?
Yeah, he's talking to Bernstein in an interview. He's being interviewed by him. You couldn't get a real journalist job, could you? What does he call him? I can't remember what he fucking calls him. But he just that's when he got shit canned. Actually, after that interview, he got shit canned.
Yeah.
You got to watch it. It's funny as shit. And
I don't know
it's
if I
Sam
saw
Hyde
that.
with his Coke bottle glasses, and he's chugging water like nonstop. It's just him being Sam Hyde. It's amazing. You got to see that dude, Joel Bernstein.
I always see this one meme of him in the Iron Man outfit, and that makes me
That's from
laugh.
the
I don't think
TED
I've seen
Talk.
that.
I think that's from the TED Talk.
Have you seen his Google Pixel review? Where he just yells at his fucking phone for like
Yeah.
5 minutes. It's fucking hilarious.
I've never seen
like,
one video of him.
Oh,
Set
Dude,
a fucking
what-
timer.
Watch his TED Talk.
Right.
Watch his TED Talk, and it's so on point, dude. And he's
I
talking
like-
to all these people, and they don't know that he's not like. He tricked them into giving him a real
we're
TED
just
Talk.
gonna
I gotta
kill.
stop everybody really quick. I'm sorry. Theseus in the chat on D Live says straight white men have on average 3 sexual partners. Do you mean over your lifespan? Because that's absurd.
Yeah, I
What's that?
said that they
Yeah.
usually lie about the number and whatever it is, divide it by 3. That's the real fucking
That's
number.
also stupid as fuck.
Well,
Sometimes
yeah,
it's
I don't
true
know.
though. I've
That's
had a lot
healthy.
of guys
That's
lie to
healthier.
me about how many people they've been with, and then after the fact of us dating for like 6 months, then they'll be like, "Oh, I gotta be honest with you." Oh, do you?
Well,
Do you
that's
gotta be honest
Dude.
now?
I mean,
I feel pretty
I
good
mean,
about
maybe
being
I'm
above the
sad,
average.
and I didn't
Maybe
like
I'm
keep
3.
score,
That
but
shit.
like it was definitely more than 3 per year. Like
Yeah,
all
it's,
through
Oh,
my
you
20s.
yeah,
dirty,
Dude,
dirty man
that's
whore.
like a pretty.
If I could go back,
to me.
if I could go back to 3, I'd be a much happier.
Well,
person,
until
dude.
20.
and I would be
Dude, my
below.
girlfriend
I would be
started
below
lasting long,
15.
like a
Like I
year,
would
but-
like it was.
Dude.
If
the-
he could go
the-
back to 3, he would be below 15. You
Wait,
are correct,
so-
sir.
3 is supposed to be the average for straight white men.
That's what Theseus.
I mean,
Dude, I was with.
I
Okay,
don't know. I guess if you factor in all the incels
old-
who are at 0, it might like factor out.
well, no, you got to remember that there's a mass population who are before like Walrus and I use us because we're close to the same age. But I mean, like, I had more than 3. But I mean, I got married, and before I got married, I was with the same woman, and we were together for 13 years. And I
Well,
still would be
granted,
with
it
her.
was after my first marriage where most of it happened.
Well, this is it. Well,
Got a lot of divorce
I got
cases.
separated. I
Yeah,
got separated
honestly,
4 years ago.
Okay, well, I just
and
want
I was.
just wanna
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
on Theseus's defense, you guys did admit earlier, though, that the tiny minority of men get the majority of women.
Yes. But
So
also,
when you look on average for
I
men,
am a frog on
there are a
Twitter,
lot of
though.
men who,
That's
they
3 per
have less than
lifetime.
3 per
but
lifetime.
also you got to remember things have changed so
That's
drastically.
3 per lifetime. That's insane to me. I can't.
Things have changed so drastically. Like there's still a whole shitload of people who, like you said, are never going to get any, like zero.
Yeah.
And then there's still a lot of people who are married and been married for 50 years. Despite whatever they tell you, the
I could see
statistic,
that
there's still a shit ton,
situation.
right? And there's people who got married in just after high school. And then and you just talked about at the end of a marriage. When I got separated, it's been 4 years now. I walked into a whole new world. I walked into a whole new world where I could pick up my phone, and if I wanted to get laid, it's like tonight, tomorrow night, whatever.
Arid, are you Tom Green?
No, thank God, no. Oh, I wouldn't mind his money, I suppose.
Like him.
But
It's insane to me. I can't get over it.
no, yeah, okay. This is funny because you know Tom Green really well. But what you're hearing is the area, right? It's
It's just even the way you talk, right? Like it's.
But
I'm
this is
sorry.
what I'm talking about. It's where I grew up. It is what it is. Like in a town I grew in, they didn't say the word whore. They said hooer. And if I hear somebody say that, sometimes I hear some people say that who aren't from there, and I'm immediately like, whoa, are you
Carl from
Ontario,
Aqua
man?
Teen.
That's not like something we would say, like ironically, like, you know, trying to make it sound fancy or something. She's a hooer.
She's not just a whore. She's a hooer.
She's a hooer.
You don't want to be
She's
totally.
the
you don't wanna call her
whore,
a
Charlie.
slut.
Actually, now that you say it like that, it almost sounds like a Boston thing. But it's Irish, I guess.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Boston's Irish. Eastern Ontario, there's a lot of Irish there.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
here's one. Do you guys, where do they say, does anybody say wash instead of wash? They add an
Wash.
R.
I've heard wash before, like wash your clothes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Instead of saying wash, they add an R to it.
That was like the Ukrainian immigrants around here. Wash.
Oh, yeah?
I was
Yeah.
wondering where that came from because, like, I heard that warsh, and you're
Where I'm
like,
from,
yeah.
it's all,
Who the fuck
it's all the
says
people
that?
of Irish descent. It's all the people of Irish
Warsh.
descent say that.
Interesting. Maybe
Yeah.
I was
And
wrong. Maybe I
turlet.
thought these Ukrainian people were Ukrainian and they were Irish.
and
They're
turlet,
crypto Irish.
or maybe they learned to speak English from the crypto.
O'Hara Stein.
Leibowitz.
An Irish Jew.
I actually have this weird conspiracy
Jew.
about an O'Hara Jew. Well,
Okay. You can't
it's
just leave it at that.
developing, but
It's-
all right. You know, all right.
developing.
You know Catherine O'Hara,
The
You know
court
the
Yeah.
girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So she was in. All right. Think of the subversive things that she was in. All
Talking
right.
about
Nightmare
SCTV,
Before Christmas.
Yeah.
She's in Schitt's Creek. It's
Yeah.
all about Jews and gays, and that's all about
look-
dark and God.
Look
What?
who she worked with. Look who she worked with and where she came from. SCTV. Look at the rest of the cast.
Who's
They
that?
had the
What's
good
SCTV?
boys. You don't know what SCTV is? Shit.
No, I don't.
Maybe
Maybe I do if you say
Rick
the name.
Moranis, John Candy, Dave Thomas, Catherine O'Hara. Who else? Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy, yeah, Big J.
Joe. What the hell's his name? Joe. He did the Dracula.
Dragula.
Oh,
Dracula.
Oh.
He did shit. Joe Flaherty. Who else was on that? Everybody but Dan Aykroyd, really, for Canadian comedy. All that generation of guys all came.
Terry.
That the Jewish guy who did Ghostbusters. Fuck, what's his name?
Not Dan Aykroyd. The other one. I know who you're
the
talking.
the Jewish guy, not
Harold
not the,
Ramis.
Harold Ramis. Harold
was
Ramis
black.
was on
Harold
SCTV.
Ramis.
Yeah, he was on SCTV.
The Jew
Here,
guy.
no, that's
That's the black
Harold
one.
Ramis was Egon
No.
and
No.
Yeah.
no, that was
Yeah.
what's
Harold
his name?
Ramis
What's
is
his name?
Egon.
What's his name? Ernie Hudson. Ernie
Ernie
Hudson's the
Hudson.
black
Yes.
one. Ernie Hudson's the black one.
Yes, he's a black guy.
No.
Harold Ramis is the guy.
All right,
Harold,
you're
Black.
right.
Harold
Right.
Ramis is the actor, director.
Do any of them really count,
Right,
though? I mean,
right.
really, it was Bill Murray and 3 other dudes. Let's be
Bill
honest.
Murray and 3 dudes. Yeah, I was
That's
born
right.
on
Oh,
Groundhog's
no,
Day,
Dan
so that's really
Aykroyd,
all
Dan
that matters.
My
Aykroyd.
favorite line
Yeah.
ever in the Ghostbusters movies was he's just like, he's lying. Or what does he say? He's like, no. You're right. That man has no dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But remember,
Are
written
you
by
serious?
Dan Aykroyd.
Over here.
He's
turn
like-
off the power.
Written,
Yeah, dickless.
written by Dan Aykroyd.
He's,
Canadian-
I
Canadian
love how
power, man.
into like
You think
conspiracy,
he
like
wrote his
alien shit
character
he's
a little bit
into.
better, man. He wrote his character to be such a fucking. His character's like a simp.
Oh yeah, his crystal skull liquor, man.
Yeah, I have 2 of the
Oh, yeah.
bottles. I have the collector's
Soft in
edition
that
Aurora
movie.
one.
And both of them, he's so soft.
I will admit, it's definitely good liquor. It's not bad vodka at all. It's just
What's that?
It,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
filtered through
His-
those
Oh, yeah.
fucking diamonds that they find in New York.
him
the
describing
diamonds.
it though. It's just like, fuck, man, just give me some vodka.
Give me vodka. I
Crystal
don't need to
Skull?
They're
understand.
in
It's
actually
a
South
fancy
America.
crystal
Those
skull,
are the diamonds
representing.
under the World Trade
I like
Center.
Grey Goose. That's pretty good vodka. Smooth.
This vodka
cheap.
was
That stuff,
made by aliens, and you know it's a
Triple
really
distilled.
good vodka. Yeah,
Diamonds.
triple
By the way,
distilled.
The
Yeah, I'm
dentist
gonna have
we
to-
go to.
I'm gonna have to shut
Yeah,
this down
fucking-
soon because it's almost 4:30 a.m.
4 in the
here.
morning
Oh my
there.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early morning for you.
He's only
But you're a
9:20
trooper,
here.
Jacob, and we love you for it.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
I tell you,
And I
the
got
dentist we
2
go
I
to,
thought I was
his
gonna make
fucking
it an
name,
hour
shit you not,
tonight.
is Steve Martin. We go to Steve Martin. That's our fucking dentist.
And I got
Yeah,
2
yeah.
streams to do tomorrow, and
Gotta rest up then.
yep. And I got
God damn, bro. You're
and
a
I
champ.
got shit to do before that tomorrow. So
You got your blockchain stream, and then you got your.
I'm gonna try to listen to
Yep.
that stream about your
I got
blockchain shit.
got the
Yeah,
I
blockchain
yeah.
won't ever understand it because I
stream.
don't fucking code, but you know,
You don't
Okay,
have to
work
know
that
how to
out, try to
code. That's
listen
the
in.
whole point.
you get it up and running.
That's one
I'm
of the
gonna be
biggest
fucking there,
things about
bro.
what I'm making is that you don't have to know how to code to
I'm
do
gonna
it.
be there.
Ooh,
No.
I need 1 more follower on D Live, and I can.
No, bro, you got a
apply
lot of
for
followers tonight, man.
199.
Yeah,
199.
and then I can apply
It
for
still says
all
170 on my thing,
follow,
but I saw
follow.
like fucking hordes of people. It was like, just follow, just follow, just follow. I'm like, God damn.
Yep, it's telling me
Ragging it.
199 now.
We should
So.
fucking stream
How do I
again.
do those cool Pepe things on D Live? Where do I get them?
So next to the, you
there's
have
the
to kind of save them in
stickers.
your library.
There's
That's
a sticker.
okay.
So like, what you do is click on one that you like,
Send a chat.
and then it says add the favorite library.
All right,
And then when you click on the emote on the emoticon thing
I found it.
and click
Where's the
sticker,
emoticon?
then it'll be in there.
Look at that. Oh,
Oh,
I'll
I
save
see.
that one too. That one looks like gunnery.
Global.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna save the freaking Run DMC one.
I don't want.
Oh, that looks
Global.
like
Or is that
That's
supposed to be-
That's
Ah,
the
here we go.
squat and
Doing
slob
this.
one.
Yes. Okay.
You're
I
a
mean, I
goddamn
got
I'll
it.
post them
Animal
all.
Mark.
I'm posting all of them. There's all.
stealing them.
Run DMC is supposed to be. It's not Run DMC. Who's the other one there?
Yes.
LL Cool J.
I got some
Can we
good
can we
ones
get
there.
Elf? Can we get the Elf on here?
I don't think I have the elf.
Oh,
Someone's got to have the elf.
Chili friend. He's got
they
the.
won't let me add
Elf
emotes
with the
just
elf
yet,
cost.
but when they do, I'm definitely.
Is the
that
emote
was-
we use to get Fren report to open his box?
With the noses.
I have been muted by moderator staff. Ah, damn it.
Ah.
They got me.
I
This is
saved
good
all
stuff.
the ones you posted.
All right. See now that I've got control of the
All right,
notes,
guys, I'm gonna hop off. Take it easy, all right?
Hey,
Right.
John, I'm
Good
so
night,
sorry
man.
again, man.
Yeah, I'm right
Don't fuck any
behind
fat
you.
chicks while you leave.
if you do enjoy.
Alright.
Show feet. Bro, I made the mistake. One of our streams. God, it was so long ago because we haven't streamed in such a while.
Did you
I made the
actually show
mistake.
feet?
Like I was drunk and I fucking showed my foot. I don't forgot why. I just lifted it up.
Gross.
It looked like I was showing it.
Fucking
I
thinking.
lifted it up, bro.
Walker,
they're
mute
still
her.
not the same. Anytime I go back there to stream, they're like doing the little text messages. It's a picture of me lifting up my foot. I'm like,
You did
Jesus
this to
Christ,
yourself.
bro. I was drunk. They
Yep,
call me the cool
yep,
drunk
yep,
aunt
yep.
on there.
That's
I
what they all
honestly
say.
did
I'm
not
drunk now,
try to do it
too.
myself.
Yeah.
But I got cute feet, so it's okay. You know, I've seen a lot of chicks that got jacked up feet.
That was actually the problem.
Bro, I don't even know. I don't go get pedicures or anything like that. I just take care of my fucking skin. But I've seen
That-
chicks that got like bunions and hammer toe. Like,
Lonely men
Jacked
don't
up
care about the bunions.
you should, because they're gross. They're fucking gross.
I don't care. I don't even like feet at all. I want a fucking woman with no legs below the knees.
No legs at all.
You want Stumpy?
They can't go nowhere.
No legs.
I like my women to have feet.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want them barefoot. I want them no foot.
Bare ankle.
In your wheelchair in the kitchen making me eat dinner. Damn it. Wheel yourself
He
over
wants
here.
them bare ankled.
Yeah, wheel your ass over here, bitch. I'm gonna slap you in
Bare
the face.
stumped and pregnant. That's the way I
Oh,
like 'em.
all right, let me do this box real quick. I'll double
Bare
what's in there.
stumped. Oh shit. Oh, he's about to try to release it. I'm gonna try to grab it.
Release
I always
it.
fucking miss.
Oh, we aim for the face, hit it in the hair.
Woohoo.
Yeah, I don't think I grabbed any. God
I
damn it.
haven't hit it yet.
Nah. Oh, you motherfucker.
What did
Now
you
I hit it.
grab?
But see, because you
Three
get
people
it,
are
they get
weird.
it on
DC is
delay.
803.
They get it on a
22
delay.
seconds.
The other people get it on a delay, so I have to say it and then wait a minute before I hit it.
Yeah, I get it on delay
I
too.
want
It's
my lemon
14
shekels,
seconds.
boys.
Bullshit. I swear, I
Let's see who
never
the
get any
grand
lemons.
winner of the shekels are.
Try to get these fucking
You
lemons.
have to
I-
Not gonna do me any
participate in the
good.
chat to get shekels.
Dude, I still have 20. I have 20.73 lemons. I still have no fucking idea what they are.
All right. See, you got them
I
this
got
time.
9.8.
9.8.
I got 4.6.
There you go.
Woo! I got fucking 9.8 lemons. I'm fucking
Oh, you
rich.
beat-
Beebs got six.
Swear to God, we're going to
Raid
Denny's tonight,
Siren got
fellas.
four. You ain't getting much with 9.8 lemons. That's about
I have no
10 cents.
lemons.
It's a whole.
I
10
have no
cents.
lemons.
10
Yeah,
cents.
I'm donating back an ice cream, whatever that means.
That's
Oh,
10
God.
lemons.
That's a
There you
whole
go.
10 cents.
Woohoo!
I don't think it's 10 cents though, right? It's like not even. It's like point,
Yeah, it's-
point 10 of point 1 of 1 cent or something.
Oh, I didn't know it was that much. I want my
It's
lemons
retarded.
back.
So I don't even think it's that much. I think it's less than that. It's probably like 100th of a
I
cent.
gave you too much.
Somebody told me that you gotta have so much before you get so much. Let's see.
It was just low and there's interest on that, eh?
Yeah, me
That's
special too. I'll give
animals.
back
There's
my
no
ice cream
time
too.
And that was not an interpretation of any.
Yeah,
that was
give
an
back my ice cream
interpretation
too.
of a Scottish gentleman. Thank you very much.
Of a Scottish.
Man,
gentleman.
did Sean Connery die too?
Which one is it?
Actually-
Scottish or gentleman?
Yeah, any penny that's knighted, I don't trust at all, though, so it's not a big worry to me.
You gotta pick one, Scottish or gentleman.
Yeah.
I'll miss Sean Connery. I'll miss him dearly.
And apparently tomorrow I'm gonna have to figure
the
out
great
why
voice.
my alert didn't work like it was supposed to. So
No, we should though. I think we did before, but I just gotta say it again. I'll miss Sean Connery, man.
The interview.
yeah, for
Basest
sure. He was
motherfucker
like
ever.
always one of my favorite actors
Have you
ever.
seen? Have you seen the interview he did with I
Barbara.
think it was Barbara Walters.
She tried to shame
Yeah,
him.
we were talking about
like,
that.
oh my God,
In the article you did with Playboy, and you told them that you would slap a woman. Yeah, remember that? Yeah, you
and
remember?
he goes, well, look, you know,
My position hasn't changed.
My views haven't changed.
Sometimes
The
there's
key-
certain
the key to that is-
situations where you may need to, and she's like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, you know,
right now, I
sometimes.
want to kind of fucking slap you.
He's
No,
like,
the
you
word
know,
he used
sometimes,
was women get
a
hysterical.
little-
Mouthy.
Yeah.
too emotional
the-
and hysterical.
No, he-
and,
Yo,
you
even
know,
in Dark
gives- he
Shadows, they
gives her-
slap women all the
I was
time.
saying this to them a few days ago, and I told them.
He
I said,
gives
"You
her a
don't smack
warning,
my
man."
Face. You slap your woman on the ass when
He-
she's acting hysterical. That would snap her out of it. And
He-
they're like, no, that wouldn't work.
I mean,
Connery
The
Connery
face
gave her a warning
more
when he
extreme.
said
But the ass works.
sometimes
too.
women just
it
won't
would
leave her
work,
alone.
not as effectively.
He always tries to be in the middle. He's so diplomatic.
Still don't trust
mean,
any
well,
people that are
I
knighted.
mean,
Look
they're-
at Jimmy Seville,
I mean, you would agree they're two
Mike
very different
Myers. Oh
things.
my God, he
Jesus.
was Austin Powers and the fat bastard.
Wait, Jimmy
What's
Seville.
that?
I'm
Wait,
just
what?
drunk. I'm sorry, guys.
I just
Alright,
made,
Joe.
I heard Jimmy
All those
Seville. I'm
kids.
sorry, here he was Austin Powers and the fat bastard.
I always thought. I mean, like, yeah, I grew up with Wayne's World and him on SNL and all that.
Fucking
but
hate
there's
Mike
something-
Myers.
There's something pasty and weird about that guy. And
I
it's the
fucking
pastiness
hate
that
him.
gets me.
No matter how much
Yeah,
he's
there's
ever
something-
made me laugh, I really hate
Yeah.
him as a person.
All right, Joe.
Roar.
I gotta close the stream. It's
No.
4:30.
Good night,
a.m.
everybody.
Right, sorry, we
So-
gotta
Come
go
and
anyway.
visit us on Two Base for Twitter Friday night, unless you're watching the Friend Report
Shay-
Friday night.
You got hooked up with my husband now. You could send us links and
I'll
because I
send you a
am
link.
too
I'll
base
send
for
you a
Twitter.
Oh yeah, speaking of links, yeah, put a link somewhere that we can get that. Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about
Put a
this.
link where you can get your
for
podcast.
sure.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you said you had to ask us something, Shake. Don't forget about that. I'll be hitting you up. Jacob, thank you again for hosting.
Yes, thank you very much, Jacob.
Yep. I'll be back twice tomorrow. I'll be back at noon Eastern time.
Goodbye.
For my blockchain
Listen
stream.
to this man.
And
2
then,
tomorrow. He's doing this for you.
and then the regular show at 6 p.m. Eastern.
It's a
Obviously.
2-for-1 deal. You can't go wrong. It's my cousin Maury. He's selling these podcasts. They're wonderful, wonderful.
No, I tell you, man, if he's giving out lemons twice a day, well, for real, we're going to Denny's.
I don't know. The last podcast we were on, we had 3-for-1 lemons. Oy vey, yeah, we might have to go to them.
Oh, Maury, you're such a show off. You're always doing this.
oh.
You're always doing this, Maury.
Oh, come on, what am I, a schmuck? I pay full price for
Yeah.
lemons, huh?
Oy vey.
All right, y'all. We'll see you all tomorrow. Like I said, I'll be on twice tomorrow. So, and
Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for having me again, Walrus.
Thank you
Bye,
again for